Hey guys, welcome to Saturday night. That's what I say. Welcome to Saturday night. All right, so the effect that I'm trying to go for is turning the camera on ahead of time so you can kind of see what I'm doing, but blurring it out. So I was wondering how to blur the camera out, and I found that there's a blur button. Watch. So if I turn the blur effect on, up, I get blurred out. So I can come like that. So while I'm setting up, I obviously can't keep track of what the heck's going on and reading and all that. But if you're curious, like, what am I doing? What is he doing now? Okay. So the point is, I'm not sure that the camera is on, the one that I want. So let me check and I'll be right back. I'll leave the mic on so you can hear me. Okay, it should be on now. Okay, so that camera should be on now. All right. So I came on a couple of 2 minutes early, and I wanted to continue setting up and not get involved in interacting and stuff like that. So I started to say I found this blur effect. So if I turn this on, I get a blur. If I turn the sepia tone on, I get a sepia look. So if I turn them both on, I get a sepia, and if I lower it down, I can have a little bit of a blur. Anyway, let me turn all that off. All right, so the whole point of the whole thing is I want people to be able to see what I'm doing to set everything up. But I don't want it to look like the show has started and it's like I'm not paying attention. So it's kind of like 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. So I got to figure out how to balance that out. I guess I'll look back at this at the after the show is over and see how I can do that. Uh, so that's what we've got going on. Now we're really ready to start the show because it's 10 o'clock. It's after 10 o'clock. So the link to chit chat with me is in the description. And you're welcome to come in and stay, or welcome to come in and say hi and come and go. I can control everything, so you don't have to worry about, am I staying too long or something? I'll just say, well, do we have anybody named Brian? Uh, okay, Brian, I'm gonna put you off for a little while, and I'll bring you back in if I want to, and then I'll just like make it so I'm full screen again. So uh, that's how we get going. All right, now let me see. Let me turn on the Nikon. Okay, there we go. So I was talking to Randy, and I thought Randy made a typo because he said Z6 Mark II when he meant Z6 Mark III, but I do that too. Okay, you don't put enough I's. So I just started putting the numbers. So it'll be Z6 2, Z62, or Nikon Z63. So he put a Nikon Z5 Mark II, and I thought he meant the Nikon Z50, but lo and behold, Nikon has released a new camera. Yeah, and it's basically, when I was talking to him, he kind of gave me his summation on it, that it's basically what we're looking at here now, the Z6 Mark III, but without some of the fancy dancy doodly woodlies that come with it. So that would make it a really sweet camera. So after we get up and rolling, I'll go and bring it up on B&H, and we'll just take a look at it together. Let's put this microphone in. There we go. So I left it on this stand because it is a little closer to me, and I'm able to talk to you, and I want it to be a little under like that. So it looks like it's under me, but still close to my mouth. All right, so now I do have the link if anybody wants to stop in, like Hal did. Was it last week or the week before? And that was like a crazy uh, blessing of a surprise. What a nice guy he is. I would have never known. Now I know. Remind me when I see him, I want to get either his text or an email so we can communicate during the week like I do with a lot of you guys. So let's see who's in the room. Randy is here and he's saying hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, Randy. How are you doing? And the Ecamm live program is excellent. That's what I'm running with. Now, I have a question to me. Why is my name down there? See where it says Peter Gregg at the bottom? What the heck is that about? So I guess I'm going to have to go find it. Maybe if I click on it. Nope, can't click on it. I guess I'll have to do that when we're not live. What camera are we on over here? But it's okay. My name is there. It's just I don't want it there. So why it's there? Don't know. Let me look down here. Is my name in the show in the current scene? Z6 Z. Nope, that's not on. So I guess I really don't know if I put this on or off. Oh well, we'll find that out later. Oh, speaking of Hal, here he is. Hal, were you on last week or was it the week before? Hi everybody, so much new equipment came out today. It was fun watching all the reviews. Yeah, that's the new thing. That's their new way of operating. They manipulate and get a hold of the ball. No, let's take a nice word. Let's get a hold of the something that guys have and get them to talk about the new equipment. Send them on a trip. Send them a camera. And dang, if that ain't free advertising, and what do they have to pay? They have to either pay if it's a trip. So I haven't seen anything with the new cameras. I don't know. Did they bring everybody to Japan or Hawaii or Timbuktu, or did they send cameras out to certain people? Either way, the company, in this case it would have been Nikon, picks up the tab, and in return, they haven't asked me, but it looks like they just they used to do that with me years ago when I was popular. I guess I'm not popular anymore. Let's put a little water in my cup. My cup runneth over. Water, 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 water. That's so that if my throat gets dry, I'm able to come and go like, we are broadcasting live from the make-believe ballroom. Nobody in here is old enough to remember that, right? So, there we go. Now, can we get back into the show, or am I going to sit here and dilly-daddle? So, I was saying hi to Hal, and I do appreciate you being here a couple of weeks ago, Hal. That was awesome. That was better than awesome. And I did look up, Randy sent me the link, and I did look up the church, and I saw Pastor Todd and a few other people, and I watched a couple of their shows, and it came across really very nice. So it was very impressive. I don't know, lately, well, we'll talk about this after the show's over, okay? And when I start my rambling session. If you want to come back in and say hi, Hal, there's, as you can see, we don't get a lot of people in here. So anybody can come in and say it. So Randy's saying, get it? What's the it? Probably the Nikon. Before April 9th, before the tariffs start. We don't know how the tariffs is going to affect the camera pricing. That should be interesting. But if you've got a mindset to be negative on the tariffs, I wouldn't do that yet. I would give the man a chance. He's got a plan. Okay. So I have watched a few people that say, what is it about? What's happening? You know, it seems like an unspoken thing that's going on is there's a really bad off balance of anybody can come into the United States and sell what they want. And when you sell what you want, you get your regular price for it. So if I want to sell my Better Bounce card, hey, this is an opportunity for me to do a commercial. So, whoops. If I want to sell my Better Bounce card in Britain or anywhere else, I would. This is for a flash unit, by the way. You put this on your flash unit and it makes it diffused. So it's basically a flash diffuser. So if I wanted to sell that in England, they will put a tariff on stuff coming from America, and I'm American, so my product is American. So if I wanted to sell my Better Bounce card, let's say I sell it here for a packet of 3 or 4 for $30 or $40, because they're basically about $10 a piece, but I don't want to sell something for $10, then add shipping, then it looks like a ripoff, okay? So I sell them in packs of 2, 3, or 4. And it's one of the best flash diffusers around. And I know I'm prejudiced saying that because I invented the darn thing. So people are going to go like, oh, you invented it, so of course it's the best. Well, the best is the best. But what am I going to tell you? Kleenex is Kleenex, and there's nothing you can do about it. Whether it's Scott's tissues or Amazon's tissues, you can still refer to it as Kleenex. Okay, so the point of the fact is, if I want to sell it in Spain or Japan or something like that, they have a tariff. And if I ship it, let's say I've shipped it to Japan, okay, so whatever I sell it for here, whatever tariff that Japan has added onto this, the person that buys it has to pay for that tariff. Okay, so with all that going on, Japan gets free access to the American marketplace, which is one of the biggest marketplaces in the world. So Trump is not just slapping tariffs everywhere. He's looking to see what we got coming in, what we got going out. This is the way I understand it, okay? And if they have a free access, like Canon has a free access, Nikon has free access to the American market, okay? Whether you like it or not, this is exactly what's going on, okay? So they can make a camera in Japan, they could design it, they could sell it in America, they can get the profits, and the profits go to in the country of Japan. So cameras is not that big of a deal, but let's say we go over to something like steel or cars or toothpicks. Okay. All right. Anybody comes up with any kind of idea, the first marketplace they want to put it in is the American marketplace. And all these years, and this is not a Trump or a Biden or Obama or who was the guy before that, Bush. It's not that. I mean, they've been doing that for years. Okay. Now, when we want to sell products as American businessmen, see, most of you guys and me, we have a job or get a job and we get paid by the employer. But the employer is making something and he needs to sell his product. So what Trump is doing is he's balancing it out. Oh, you've got a 25% tariff on all the American goods that's made by Randy and Company or Hal and Company, and they invent something and if we want to sell it in that country, there's a penalty, basically. It's called a tariff. It's not called a penalty. So he's eye for an eye, bouncing it back and forth. Or he's inviting them to, okay, come to the table. We'll make a deal. So what he's doing is he's balancing the trade, and the media, depending on what their point of view is having a field day with it. Oh, he's going to make it so that we're not trading with anybody anymore. Or, oh, he's going to make it so all the prices go crazy high. I mean, the media, even the ones that are very pro-Trump, I noticed, are they're spinning it the way they want to spin it. Well, either you're going to give the man a chance to get what his plan is to get it done, or you're not. And apparently most, if not all, of the media, I shouldn't say all, because you never say never, okay, is not going to give him the chance. They're going to put in their 2 cents. The same thing with the sending the gang members to other prisons outside the United States. Well, whether you and I realize it or not, if you're a prisoner here in the United States, if you're a killer, we're not talking about stealing gum from, Walgreens or Walmart and candy bars, or stealing a T-shirt. We're talking about killing people. We're talking about disabling people. We're talking about making people afraid to go out. Okay, these are terrorists, and they're in gangs, and they just do that kind of stuff. So it's an additional deterrent if you're going to get caught and you're not, an American citizen. You could go to a foreign country. And people going like, no, we want to be in the jails over here. They're nice. We get meals. We've got the ACLU looking out for us. We got all these crazy ass attorneys where it's like, oh, human rights. Well, they don't have that in a lot of countries. Okay. So they want to get caught if they do and stay here. So the deterrent is, if you get caught and you're from Venezuela, you're going back to Venezuela. You'll be in their system, not our system. Okay. And so you'll get the human rights people that'll come up and go like, well, that's against human rights. And when you see them writing about human rights, they're not on the side of the guy that got hurt. They're on the side of the guy that's doing the hurting. Okay. Now, at my age, at 71 years old, I don't feel like I can defend myself like I could years ago. And even years ago, I could be delusional and think I could defend myself when if it was like MS-13 or something, there is no defense. They're going to raise their gun and shoot you. Boom. That was your defense. 3 seconds. Okay. For you to beg, please don't shoot. Boom. They kill you. Okay. Now you've got these people that come in, the judges and the other people, that it's human rights. No. If you kill somebody, it should be really severe. What did they do in the Old Testament and stuff like that? They would send you to a city, ban you to an exile city, because if you were in the main city, they would kill you. Okay? So dead is dead. So that is what we've got going. So I see a couple of people. Scotty is trying to join, and Randy's trying to join. All right. So if you are listening to me, I just put you in the green room, which means I can see you, but that's it. Only I can see you. And until I put you up next to me, nobody else can see you. Now, I do want that. You notice the channel is not growing. It's just stagnant. So let's do something fun. The family is the family. Let's bring them in, and so other people can have a say around here besides me, because apparently I have an opinion, and you know that. Okay. So anyway, this was all it was Randy's fault, because he started talking about the tariffs. So let's see if we could talk about the Z5 Mark II, if it's possible. If it's not possible, I do have a button to turn you off, or I could just let you ramble. It's fine, because when Hal was on, I want you to know I really had a good time, honestly. All right, now Scotty's it's called the green room. For you guys that are not aware of the terminology, the green room is like you're queued up and you're ready to come on, but you're not on yet. But you're on my computer. When I look over there, I could see Randy is preparing. I could see Scotty sitting there. See, I'm waving at Scotty and he's waving back at me. But you guys can't see that because I didn't put him on. Okay. Now, I can't hear anybody until I put these things on. So grant me a moment. And if you're saying, why didn't you put them on ahead of time? I like to do it in person so you guys could see what the heck is going on. Because if you start to do broadcasting, you'll get to see what's going on. And now if we had like 1,000 people in here, I wouldn't do this. I'd be prepared ahead of time, and it would be, all set up properly and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So let's put the ear things in. I think the holes in my ears are getting smaller because I have to push it in pretty hard. So now let's see. I need to get the wire out of my neck. It's got nothing to do with you. It's just not comfortable. Okay. So now I'll fix this up. And now I look a little more normal. Of course, I made a fool of myself, but that's okay. You got to see what would actually go on. And that's one of the things that I really want to do. Okay. Now, let's test the sound. Scotty's in the room. Scotty, can you hear me? Wave if you can hear me. So he's shaking his head yes. So I'm going to put him to the right. Now, let's see if we can hear Scott. Don't be watching the program, Scott, because it's going to confuse you, me, and what is that? That song and dog named Boo. Only listen to the link from Ecamm. Okay, and don't mute everything else, your camera and all that. Now, I thought I put you in here, but apparently you didn't. Oh, I'm in the wrong camera. Hold on. See, now that's a mistake on my part. Okay, I have to go to a single camera. Okay, and I will go to the single camera. Here it is. And I have to unlock it. And now I have to click on add to have a choice of to the left or to the right. There he is. Okay. Okay, so just say hi so I can see if what I'm screwing up over here. Say, hey.
Oh, hello.
Okay, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, go ahead and adjust. It's not a problem. That's good. So this is Scotty. You guys have been seeing Scotty for years. He's been bringing me food all this time. Now you know what the gentleman, and what a darn nice back. I like his background better than mine. Scotty, you in the background work. All right, Randy, make sure you're muted. Also, well, let me check and see. Maybe it's not Randy. So let me turn Randy down. You just stay the way you are, Randy. I'll tell you if it's you or not. It's not you. So you're perfectly fine, Randy. Okay. Now let me turn Scotty down. And it goes away. So there's something feeding back on your side, Scott. Find out what it is. Take your time. It's okay. Now, I think I can bring Randy in at the same time. So let's add him to the right. And there is Randy. You're a little blue, Randy.
You saw the video, right?
No, I'm looking at you on my screen. The coloring is a little blue.
I don't have all the lights on and stuff. But,
oh, okay. So is that why its color balance looks blue?
Yeah. It looks a little bit dark. How's that?
Okay. Yeah, it looks a little better. That's fine. So Scotty's here. Can you zoom in a little bit, Scotty? Just a little bit? Just a tiny bit. I should be able to do that here myself, but I'm not sure how to pick out the right camera yet. So we'll do that. And see, Randy's doing it now. He's zooming himself in and out, and he's centering himself. And that's good. So that's good. So there we go. Your eyes shine in that light. I don't know what kind of light you got on there, Scotty, but it looks great. So your eyes are popping out better than all three of us. So that's excellent. Okay, so you guys want to talk about the new camera? You guys want to talk about something else? What enticed you to come in? Let's start with Scott. Scott, you want to talk about the new camera? Do I have you muted? I don't think so.
Scott needs a microphone.
Yeah, Scotty, the microphone is not active because I got you at full volume. Okay. And I don't have you muted. So that's fine. So while Scotty's doing that, let's go over to Randy. You want to talk about the new camera, Randy?
Well, like I said, Z5 is like the ZF. Some say it's a little bit, lower than the ZF. I don't know, but
all right. Before you launch, we were talking the other day, right? And you brought it up
Yeah.
I thought you were talking. I already said this. I'm just going to repeat so that anybody that's watching. I thought you were talking about the Nikon Z50 Mark II, which is also pretty recent, isn't it? It's a pretty recent camera.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there is a brand new camera. It came out yesterday. I mean, we can't get any newer than that. Correct?
Right.
Okay. Now you can launch and tell me what you think of uh, the
Z5 II.
Z5, not 50, but 5 Mark II. Okay, now Randy will say it in a European way, which would be Z50. I mean Z5 Mark II. I talk more American. It's Z, but it doesn't matter, and to each his own. It's whatever he wants to do, and that's perfectly fine. Some people think it's their job to correct the world. We don't do that here. We just talk natural. Okay, so when he says Z5, okay, that means Z5 for you guys that can't interpret that without my help. All right, tell us about what you saw about with the camera.
Okay, so it's using the Z6 sensor, and
Okay.
but it has the Xpeed 7 processor, which is 10 times faster than the Xpeed 6 sensor in the Z6 II.
Is that the
Uh,
newest?
yep, that's newest, but they
So,
use the old sensor. Okay, it's
okay.
not the same sensor as in the ZF, but it is having the same processor. Um, the only difference is it has two SD card slots, which is in the handle, not in
Hmm.
the battery well.
Thumbs
The
up on that.
ZF has the two in the battery well. One's micro SD, and the other one is just a regular SD card. Um, the only other thing, it still has a micro HDMI. It does have input and a microphone jack and a stereo, port. USB-C, of course. It is backside illuminated.
Oh,
It's
that that
totally
kick
different from the Z5.
that kicks up the
So,
quality up a little bit
yeah,
when it's
yeah,
backside illuminated. Okay.
and it's $1,600. It might
That
be
should be
1,700. Yeah.
a sweet seller. Scotty, you got yourself it says you've muted yourself. So try to talk, Scotty, and let's see what we got.
Yeah, look on your screen and see if it's mute.
Scotty, it says the guest has muted themselves. So look at the screen from me. And I'll let you know when you unmute yourself. So it still says that you're muted. It still says that you're muted. Muted. Look at the screen where you're the screen that Ecamm sent you in that window. There's some kind of a mute. Is it muted there? Okay, you got to
I know the answer.
go
He's
ahead.
not using a TRRS.
So it
with
wouldn't
the,
mute it. It wouldn't mute it, would it?
oh, it's
Did you?
USB-C.
Okay.
It's USB-C.
Okay, plug yourself in. Okay, so I can mute you and it'll tell me that I have muted you. So it says I have muted the guest. Now, when I unmute you, it tells me that you have muted yourself. So
Oh,
somewhere in your city, somewhere, yeah, somewhere in your city, somewhere in Michigan, okay, somewhere in your system is what I wanted to say. You have a mute button pressed. So go ahead and check it out, because until you unmute that, I can't put you on. And you did actually were able to talk a little while ago. Okay, so kind of figure out where you're muted. So I don't know where Randy went. Randy went bye bye. Oh, he put himself on the on his whole thing there. Okay. So just so you could see, Scotty, I'm going to put my system here on demo mode, which means you're going to be able to see my screen. Okay. So now if you follow my mouse over here to where your little picture is sitting, You see what it says? Guest has muted themselves. Okay.
Look on your sound system, and it might be on mute, and it may be on the wrong microphone. I had that problem too.
Okay, so he's checking it over. So he's still there, but he went blank. All right, so let's come back to Randy. Let's put I can make Randy big. Randy, you grew up. You're big now. Randy is a friend of mine, so we horse around all the time. Don't anybody think that there's anything weird. Now this is Randy's setup. Okay. And, I need to take it out of demo mode. I could leave it there for a minute because Scotty will be able to see when he unmutes himself. But I'm going to come back and turn the live demo mode off. All right. So what demo mode does is you guys got to see what I've got going on in the background. Anybody else wants to join? Use the link in the description below. Okay. So Evelyn, your son is in here. So this is Scott's mom. This is Evelyn. That's why I put up her name there. Okay. So what are we looking at, Randy? You got 3 screens. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah. So
that's beautiful. That's gorgeous.
LG Ultrafine 5K, Apple Display Studio 5K, and this right here is the new one. It's a 4K 32-inch, 240 hertz QD OLED from Samsung, the G80S. And
Samsung? Which size?
Yes. 32-inch.
Okay. Now, can you see my screen, Randy?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the desktop.
Okay. There we go.
And I'm going to have to figure out how to turn off this concert that we got going on. Give me a minute. I'm not as smart as everybody else on the block. Okay,
well, I like the music.
I know, but I'm not doing the music.
Okay.
Okay, so now what we're looking at is the new camera on the B&H website. Okay. So if you could see the same thing I'm seeing, Randy, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is the new camera. It's where my mouse is. It says it's a new item coming soon, but they do have an estimated shipping date, and it's this month, which is good. I hate waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay. So the April 24th, if you guys, I think I put the link in the description below. I'm not sure if I got the right one, but you should arrive here. Okay. And that is basically at this camera right here. Okay. So this is what the new, how many megapixels is this, Randy? Do you remember?
It's 24 megapixels.
So this is a 24 megapixels. So that's the front of it. Anything stand out to you here?
4 millimeter to 200 millimeter with the lens. You can buy just the camera body, which is about.
I'll show all that in a minute, but I'm going to switch to the back view. So you got anything interesting to say about the back? How does this look to you? It's got a joystick, which I like.
It's just like most of the Nikon cameras where it's located.
Which is good.
Right.
Familiarity, if I could say that word. Familiarity.
Now, you see the little round circle with the cross?
Oh, kind of guide me.
That's
up, down.
Your mouse cursor.
Thank you. Oh, okay, I see it.
All right.
Is this a trick question? You're tricking me now. You see the little round circle with the cross? Okay.
All right. So, yeah, there you go. Excellent. So, starting from left to right, okay, you see the internal or interval of shooting, single, multiple, whatever. You can see the trash can. You can see the EVF.
That's this here.
Right. You can see the little right dial on the right side of the EVF, and that's to focus the EVF, for your eyesight. There you go.
So, and what do they call that? That's called a diopter.
Okay. And
I wasn't testing you. I just want people to
right,
know.
right.
So when they say the diopter can go plus and minus 3, that's how much you could turn this little knob where my mouse is sitting. Okay. Okay. But staying on the body, you can
You
easily
have the
see if
movie
you're in,
camera
right,
selector
right.
and the display for the LCD or the EVF. You'll
Okay.
see the same picture. You see the autofocus on, that's the back button. A lot of these buttons can be reprogrammed, by the way. Okay. If you go a little bit down, you see the joystick right there. You see the I, which is like the function button or the Q menu, or the fast menu for your
Brian,
favorite select.
can I say something there?
Yeah, go ahead.
I use this pretty heavily because the function button, it's labeled as an I, okay? On some cameras, it's labeled as a Q, okay? Uh, Gives you most of the controls quickly on the most important parts of the camera, and you can customize that window yourself, which becomes a very important feature. If you're like me, I'm a retired wedding photographer. I need to be able to get to things really quick. So this I button, and if you've got a Canon or a Sony, it might be called a Q button or a display button. That will get you to that very, very quickly. So this entire screen lights up, okay, and it'll show you your shutter speed, your f-stop. If you're in 4K 1080, if you're on picture side, on the the video side, on the camera side, it'll show you if you're in RAW or JPEG. And what makes it even more interesting is on a lot of the newer cameras, you could tap on something and go adjust it right there on the spot. So it becomes quite important. All right, sorry, Randy, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. So then you can see the OK button, and the wheel around it doesn't turn like some cameras do, but they have different settings. Like you can program it to let's see, exposure compensation. You can go to white balance, ISO, stuff like that. So
Right.
you can program that stuff. You
We'll
see
come
the
back to this in a second
yeah,
because I have more to say about that, but keep going.
okay. So then you see the plus and minus. So let's say you're looking at a picture or you want to take a picture. You can hit the plus to focus on it, and it'll magnify. And that way, let's say if you're manual focusing and you have focus peaking on and a certain color, it'll show you how sharp it is, and then you take a picture when
So
it's
so
perfect.
this basically enlarges whatever's on this screen,
Yes.
and this
Or in the
will
EVF. Yeah.
make it smaller. Okay.
Yeah.
But this one
And
actually has a dual purpose. It can
right.
either be a magnifying glass that goes smaller, or it can actually help you pick something out that has been programmed to. Okay.
Exactly.
And it's also, if you want to, if you click it, it becomes like a display for functions and gives you a description.
Well, what it is basically if we go into the menu system and you have a question of what that function does, you hit that question mark or that button right there, and it'll give you an explanation. So
Okay,
more cameras.
that's a good
Yeah.
explanation, which you just said.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the menu here and it says HDMI, or over on another menu item, it'll say RAW or something like that. While you're looking at the menu item, you click this, and the question mark is what becomes activated, and it'll give you a box with a definition. Simple as pie. Nothing as complicated as I'm making it right now. Okay. So it's basically a description box. And this, what does this do, Randy?
Okay, that's your play button. So any pictures or video that you taken or recorded a movie, you just play, and it'll play on the LCD screen, or you can watch it through the EVF. It's up to you.
Okay. So now if we look at the camera from the top down, I'll make it larger. Okay, now Randy, you want to take a tour? The reason I'm having Randy do the tours, you guys, is how many Nikon cameras do you have, Randy?
Oh, I've had all.
You, boy, that's an easy way to answer it. How many cameras you got on the Nikon? Oh, I've got them all. Okay, sorry, whatever. So
I got rid of the Z9 too. I mean the Z9 because it was just too big and I wasn't using it. I was always grabbing the Z8 or the ZF, and then when the Z6 III came out, I started grabbing that. I sold my Z5, and I was thinking of getting the S5 too, but I like the Z6 III a lot better. Okay.
okay, so let's do the tour on this.
Okay. So on the
Okay.
upper part where you see the off and on, there's a switch right there, right next to the shutter release button. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the shutter release button right here,
Right.
and
The
this
little red.
is like a wheel that goes all the way
No,
around.
no. It's just a selector like the movie or camera.
Right.
So you
Well,
just
I
click
what I
it
meant is
on
this
and
whole
off.
thing
Yeah.
this whole thing turns, and it'll turn from off to on to off. That's all the
Right.
turning that it'll do, but the whole thing turns is what I was trying to say. Okay. And this is where you put your finger and you push it from on to off. So I find this very handy because it's very easy to turn the camera on and off right there. You just flick. You don't have to go looking for buttons. Just put your finger on the shutter button, go a little bit forward, bam, you're on or off right there. And go ahead. You were going to say something.
So different camera makers put the on and off button in different places. Sometimes on the left, sometimes back toward where the thumb sits. You know, like on the Panasonic. You know, you have to right where you see the camera and the U1. They have a switch right there. But
which is your favorite? Which is your favorite spot?
In the front. I'm used to the front because I like to have my thumb on the focus or autofocus on or the AE lock. Okay. So anyway,
I agree with Randy. I like this system the best. Okay. Now, if I put this over here, Randy, what's happening?
Okay, that is the front dial. Okay.
Very good. Okay.
So if you go to the back, you see the back dial, which is the little brown, black circle. Okay. So one will do the aperture, the other one will do the shutter speed. It depends on what mode you're in. You know, aperture priority, manual focus, stuff like that. You'll see the record video button, the red one. You'll see the ISO button.
What happens when you push that?
Okay, then you hit the dial in the front, and you can change the ISO.
So just by hitting,
ISO, right? And then you'll see either an EVF or the LCD screen, and then you can scroll it to a certain ISO that you want. So you can change it from auto to whatever. Okay. There's the exposure compensation with the plus and minus by your mouse and or mouse pointer. And let's see. Okay, that right there is a new feature that they put on the Z52 also. So that's a creative profile, picture profile. So if you want to shoot vivid, natural, sepia, black and white, monochrome.
Oh, I know it's the filters.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, no offense to Nikon, I don't use the filters, but if people that do, I didn't know you had a quick way to get to those filters now. So that's awesome.
Now you can still do it in the I button, you know, the function button, whatever, and pick it that way too. But that's just a quick way of doing it. Then you see the dial with automatic, shutter, priority, manual.
Oh, the main mode dial, right?
Yes. So they have three choices: U1, U2, U3 for custom settings, and I believe you have a total of 6. 3 for video and 3 for photo.
The camera.
Yeah.
So when I go to U2, I don't get the band. I actually get custom settings that are saved to that. That was a joke, guys.
So in the middle of the EVF, you see the Nikon. It's a hot shoe. Okay, so he can put. Usually they put flashes on there.
Right.
I don't see him putting anything recording, for voice. But
Right.
you can put, your shotgun mic on there also. A lot of them are using the small rig cages to go on the camera, so that way you can put both the shotgun and also a flash if you need to. But I don't see many people using a flash anymore. So the cameras can pick up things real, in real dark areas now. I test them for car vlogging, and the camera can pick up a deer when I can't see him physically while I'm driving. But I see it in the screen, and I know to slow down.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So now we're looking at it does have a flippy screen. So you could see the back, you could put it to the side, and you could turn it to the front, which is excellent. I mean, how many years did it take us to make that a standard feature? But there it is right there if anybody wants to know.
And what Nikon camera was the worst with that? It wasn't a flippy screen.
It was the one that went down. Which camera was that?
Z50. It was the Z50.
The 50. Okay.
Yeah. So you put the joystick on the bottom, and then it blocked your LCD screen. All right. So I think the best tilty screen was the Sony A series. The 6000, 61. Those. I think this is the A6700 flippy screen, or is it a tilt screen?
The 6700 that's the newest. That's full flippy.
Okay. So I think even the 6600 was a tilt screen. So.
Okay. So let's see if we can get Scotty to get his sound down. Are you ready, Scott? Or are you still working on it? You're not ready? No. Okay.
Usually I would just turn on the microphone on the tablet. That would work.
Well, Scotty, I'm going to put you. Oh, wait, it went away. I don't know what you did. Whatever you did, remember. Yeah. It doesn't say that he's muted anymore.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
It just had to fell off the bracket.
Scott, you got to at least say hi to your mom, Scott.
Hello.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're doing
I don't know what you did, but it just turned the sound on. The thing. I don't know how I lost Randy, but we'll get him back on. There we go. Okay, so now we got Randy and Scott. Okay. So don't change anything, Scott. I hear you fine. Let's see if I can get this Peter Gregg character back up too. There we go.
Wrong way.
Yeah. So you guys that have seen Scott for so long, he's setting things up, and he's got his sound back on, but his camera he's zooming it, or not zooming it, he's tuning it in so it picks up his chair. Now we got to get his butt back in the chair. And when he does that, let me show you guys. This is Scott's mama. Okay, so she's all of our mamas. It's Evelyn. So this is Scott's mother. And when he gets in the chair, he could say hi to his mother. And I'm just going through a couple while he's preparing. I'm going through a couple of you guys. So Mookie's here. Mookie, I think I have the link to your new movie right up near the top of the description down below. So you'll be able to, anybody that wants to see, Mookie has co-written a movie that's on. I think Mookie said it's actually on Hallmark. So there's Scott. Okay, so that's my shout out for Mookie. And Scott is saying, "What are you saying here, Scotty? What's the good word here?
Hi,
Don't
Tom.
tell me you can't. Oh, you can talk. Okay,
He's
all
still
right.
eating. He's eating my food.
He's eating your food. So if you guys don't know much about Scott, Scott is a professional photographer. Okay, and he's still active and still will shoot. But Scotty, show me your fingers. Scotty is a professional piano player too, right in front of your nose, right in front of your nose. Okay, so he's a professional musician, and you could talk, Scott.
All
You
right.
don't have to be quiet.
It's just using the. I'm on the iPad, 10th gen, and for whatever reason, the various headphones weren't working. This particular mount doesn't have enough tension, and it wants to slide down in vertical.
Okay,
I
so
normally use it horizontal, so that's been the trickiest part.
nobody
I was
breathes, and it'll stay right there.
I have a little piece of paper wedged in behind it to try to give some tension to it, but I was just about falling asleep when you sent me that message. So
Oh, I'm glad that
um,
you got it. So Randy was kind of right. It's the TRRS that was probably giving you the problem, but we can't be sure. Okay,
well,
but
the thing was, I did
go ahead.
unplug it. I did unplug it, and you still weren't hearing anything. So I think it takes quite a few seconds for it to make that switch.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
why I was plugging it in. You weren't hearing it, and then I was unplugging it, and it wasn't because I was actually trying to log off of Ecamm and switch to a really old iPad that I have that has a TRSS, and that was what I was in the process of doing when you could hear me. So I don't
That's
think I
cool.
said anything unsavory, but it's possible.
No.
I hope the FCC isn't listening right now.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
And if they,
I didn't hear anything. You're good.
no, I didn't hear anything either. So,
I
but
also
you,
hope
he,
the IRS is not watching.
no, I don't think they give a
Well, they're
hoot
firing
about.
them left and right. I can't believe it. So,
Yeah.
oh well.
So I
Guys,
moved back.
that's my new cup.
I moved back closer to the backdrop to get the perspective you were looking for, because this is just a fixed lens. But then the light above me spills upon my nose, as you can
Okay,
see.
so
That's bad hair lighting.
for you and everybody else, I'm going to try to keep things more open because we're like at about 450 subscribers. It just doesn't grow. So we might as well have a good time amongst ourselves. Okay. Either that or kill the show. And I enjoy the show too much to kill it. Okay. I love seeing Randy, Scotty, Mookie, Jeff. Hi, Jeff. I see you up there. So that's why I want to open this. So you guys that want to get the guts, the balls to come on, okay, set yourself up something so that you can come on easily. So get yourself set up, Scott. So for Friday night, if you want to come on, make it easy for yourself. Either this or a camera or something. And then you can come in and just chit chat. And
My tricky part is that in this room, it's strobes. They're all strobes. They have fans, so the fans make enough noise to mess things up. And I had to very quickly switch to a continuous light right here. I can use the modeling lights, and I do to shoot sometimes
I used to
with
do
those.
that. Yes, I used to do
Yeah,
that all the time.
especially with digital now. And but I also like the beauty of going to the custom setting and go back to 5200 or whatever I've tweaked it to be. But But in this case, I had to search for some LEDs to light up the backdrop and this main light. And then the rest are just overhead room lights. So that's what took me a little extra time. And this particular iPad mount is not designed really too well for vertical. So it doesn't seem to be slipping now, but it was, and I was in my jammies tucked in when I got your message. So
Well,
don't
take the
pick that.
opportunity to say hi to your mom.
Hi, Mom.
There you go.
I just saw her last night.
Does she like it when I talk about her or sing to her and stuff, or nothing?
No, she actually wrote our congressman and asked if there was anything he could do, but he said he was going to put it up to the Supreme Court and see if they could, stop the insanity.
Are you joking, or did you hear my question?
I am
Oh.
joking.
Okay.
She loves to watch the show.
Oh, okay.
She's not the tech part so much, and neither of us are Nikon enthusiasts, so that gets a little sleepy sometimes. But I don't,
Yeah.
The image quality on Nikon is second to none. So I just
Does
don't
your
know
mother have a camera? This should be interesting.
She has an Android, which has a little lens.
Camera. Yeah.
Wow. How old is your mom?
She will be. Yeah, you can't ask a lady her age, but you can ask her son, right?
Yeah, that's why I figured I'll ask you.
She'll be 93 in June.
93? Is that a typo? Hello? Testing?
Nope.
Holy cow. I'm trying to find your mom here somewhere so I could put her up while you're there.
Yeah.
And I'm not finding it, so it must have been earlier in the show.
Look at 9:27 p.m.
She doesn't age.
She just doesn't age?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Camera Junkie's here, so I missed him also. And
is there? I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a way to, because this iPad is, the image I'm seeing is way yellow, and is there a way to adjust the color balance in an iPad?
On Ecamm, are you running it through that, or you're not?
No.
Yes.
Then you can.
What program?
Well, I'm
are
running
you
it. I'm using the link that you gave me for Ecamm, but I don't.
Do you have the Ecamm? You don't have Ecamm. Okay. Then I should be able to, if
put some blue
I
in there.
could figure it out. Yeah. Let's not ruin the show right now. Okay.
It's too late for that.
What do you mean? I haven't ruined the show. Give me a chance. I will. But wait, we got somebody else we got to say hi to. This is Patty Wimmers. Patty, if I'm saying your name properly, Patty Wimmers. I got so excited with Randy and Scott. Okay, so Patty is Mookie's mother.
No.
Okay.
Hal.
Oh, yeah, Hal's mother. Thank you. You had my son Hal. Thank you. Somebody can read around here. This is his mom, and I have a YouTube channel, and I just use my iPad too. So she's doing the same thing you're doing, Scott. Okay, so yeah.
I'm equipped to use the other stuff. I just haven't. I made a video the other day of how to repair a Whirlpool, or not a Speed Queen washing machine, but I never got around to edit. But I didn't edit it. I had watched the videos and they were very poor on YouTube, and I thought I can shoot that better. And the videos that were on there were good enough for me to learn how to do it. But I thought, let's bring this up a step. But of course, I haven't brought that into Logic or Final Cut Pro yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are not into laundry, like Sly. Sly and laundry do not get along. Okay.
Well, yeah, but she's resourceful. She could probably repair a machine.
Yeah, but I love laundry. Okay, so
Me too.
I look forward to laundry day. I look forward to the day when I wash the floors. How many hours did I spend on the phone with you talking about the floor washing machine? And
I love, mine is good enough.
But you helped me pick out one, right? I almost got the same exact one that you got. and
Right.
I was ready to push the trigger, and then Scotty found one, the same thing but a different brand, but it had steam in it. So what the steam does is it puts hot water or whatever, and that'll loosen up anything that's stuck to the floor. Okay, but in the
It's more effective.
process, Scotty and I were talking about the soap and all that kind of stuff. Now, which one do you got, Scott?
I have the Hydrovac, I believe it was called, the one that you were looking for.
The Shark.
Yes, and the only issue I had with it was if there was something on the floor that was a little stubborn, you had to use dwell time on that spot. You'd go over it and wouldn't get it, and then you'd have to just put it over that area and let it scrub a little longer, which
Mm-hmm.
is kind of annoying because you want to get the job done.
And how
Of
do
course,
I deal with that?
I think you pre-wet it. Is that what you
No,
were
how do
doing?
I deal with it compared to you? I use the steam mode, which
All right,
accelerates this dwelling that you're talking about because
right.
the steam mode uh, hits it with heat. I mean, how else can I say it? You know. So
I
I
think
know.
that my solution to that was to pre-wet any dark spots, heel marks, or something like that. It was to go and spritz those first, and then start the room. And by the time I got to it, I think it works pretty good.
The other thing is, I found out that you can actually put very, very hot water, the hottest that your sink will uh, use or give out, and put
Yeah.
that in your machine, and that hot water will work to your advantage. Now, I know everybody in the audience is going bananas. Like, what the hell is he talking about washing the floor from an Nikon Z5 Mark II camera? But that's welcome to the Peter Gregg Show. It's just what happens around here. Okay, so
My kitchen, which is pretty large, has white tile, so I have to be on top of it. Otherwise it's going to be messy.
that machine comes in handy, right? Like I said,
Very,
I got
very
2,000 square feet of new tile or hardwood floor. It's too much. I can't deal with it. I'm
Yep.
winded by the time I'm halfway through. I shouldn't be. Okay. I've been getting told by everybody, and probably you guys will chime in, that I should be spending more time on the treadmill to start exercising my body. But with the new electric mop, which Scotty helped me pick out, okay, I do the whole floor, and I can still dance a Greek dance by the time I'm done. I'm not winded or anything like that, so that works
You
out.
know, muscle weighs more than fat does, so I don't know if the treadmill is a good idea.
Well, I heard something somewhere. I can't give the person the credit, okay, but I'm finding that it's true. 20 minutes before this show, okay, I dropped something on the floor, and it rolled under my desk. And I tried with my feet, everything to get it out. And the final conclusion is I had to go down on my knees and crawl under there to get it out. And I had
Ugh.
a devil of the time getting back up. And I heard the saying that dying starts in your feet. And you want to know something? My feet are, as I'm getting older, my feet are getting weaker and weaker and weaker. So I need to do something about that. Other than walking, I'm not sure.
That might be better than your feet getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
You like to spin everything in a positive way. So I would like to have my feet stronger. I can't even go up the set of stairs anymore. So it is what it is. We'll work on it together as long as I got all you guys behind me. We're
As a
doing.
reminder about laundry, Sunnyside or any brand TSP as an additive to your laundry is
Yes.
excellent. And you just got to remember that if the bag says TSP and then underneath it says phosphorus substitute, no good.
You don't want that
So
one.
they're kind of tricky. They call it TSP, but then it's just TS, and it's just BS really.
It's
And
PS. It's BS. You're right. You
but
beat me to it.
yeah, but in any event, and in the dishwasher too, as a reminder to people, because
All
they've
right. So
taken
what
that.
Scotty is talking about is if you have an empty jug, let's get it over here. Okay. And this is your empty jug. All right. And let's say it's a big jug. Okay. Like a 1 gallon where you get pickles in the 1 gallon or mayonnaise or whatever they sell at Publix, your grocery store in the 1 gallon plastic jug. So I have a 1 gallon with a cap on top, like a mayonnaise cap. Okay. So what I do is I fill that 1 gallon with Tide, 50% powdered Tide, not the liquid, because the liquid Tide has oil in it, and I don't want the oil in my clothes because I wear the clothes, my underwear, my socks. That's all against my skin. So I switched over to a powder which doesn't have that. Okay, so half of that gallon is with the regular Tide soap. It's an American, everybody heard the name Tide. Okay, then I add 20% TSP, which is what Scotty's talking about. Okay, so TSP is the phosphorus that they took out of our soap because the environmentalists went off the deep end. Now, I believe in respect for the planet and I believe in doing the right thing, but not a knee-jerk reaction. So they took the phosphorus out, which is with the part that cleans your clothes. Okay, I put it back in, 20%. Then I add another 20% of borax. So what borax does is it levels out the hardness of your water. Like in Miami, we have super hard water. Okay, and what I'm telling you, I got it a little bit backwards, so I'll straighten myself out. I put 10% TSP powder. Okay, 20% borax and 20% oxy. So that's the other 50%. And then I just put a scoop of that in my washing machine. It's not a Speed Queen, it's an LG. And my clothes, I don't even have to use bleach. They come out amazingly clean in a front loader, which a lot of people don't like front loaders because they don't put enough water in those things. Okay. So the Speed Queen that you have, Scotty, is she a top loader or a front loader?
Yeah, top load. I won't really use front loader. The mold
Okay.
issue still exists, except with the new ones that will use electricity to heat and dry the tub,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of counterproductive to high efficiency. The salesman, when I bought my set, and my last set lasted 19 years. So when I bought the new set, the salesman, they were side by side. I think there was $100 difference in the front load versus the top load. And I said, has anyone solved the problem on this front load? And he said, no. He said, stick with the top load. He lost $10 commission.
That's okay.
By telling me the truth.
Now I'll counter you. Doesn't mean I'm arguing. I'm just saying I don't have the mold problem. And the reason I don't have the mold problem is I don't close the door. When it's not washing, I leave the door open. Okay?
Yeah.
And when I remember, which is not often, I will get the rag. I will squirt. I keep hitting the mic. I will squirt a little Clorox on the rag, and I'll just wipe the ring down. I should do that all the time, but if I do it once a month, you can send me $1. Okay, but
Most people won't fiddle with that, which is with the problem. I do like front loaders. I think the agitation is nice. It probably uses a little less water. Um, I I'm so used to the top load. One thing and I rented when I got my first apartment. I rented above a Speed Queen dealer, and on the top loads, he said, "Whatever you do, when you're done with your laundry, leave that lid open." He said, "Otherwise, you will get this stinky smell." And
yes,
he said all the time he'd go on service calls and he'd work on it and he could smell that and he'd say to the customers, "Now, are you remembering to leave that lid open?" "Oh, yes, I leave." He said, "I don't think you do." And the other thing on the dryer is don't use dryer sheets.
Yes,
They,
that oil is in there too that I don't like
yeah,
for my body.
that oily material releases into your clothes and is great, but it coats the sensor, the temperature sensor, and
Ah,
eventually it's crusty, and it doesn't work properly. So he said, never use a dryer sheet. It will ruin the temperature sensor. You'll actually be overheating and, probably dangerous.
yeah.
That
Well,
was 35 years ago.
I love talking about this, but let's try to get back to cameras. Just
You want to
because
talk
we,
about the
we
RV or the Canon?
well,
Or
Scott can talk about Canon because that's the
yeah,
systems that he runs.
I'd rather
So
talk about the Maya RB67 Pro S, but
that's a film camera.
the film camera. I can
Wait,
take
wait,
this.
wait. Let me find that mute button again because he's going to talk film. I'm going to mute him. There he goes. Very funny, Scott. Boy, this guy has got the best sense of humor ever. So, anyway, but you do shoot Canon, right?
I do. I
For
can
digital.
if you want me to take the iPad off the
No, no, no. Don't move.
no, no.
okay. I was going to give you a tour.
No, don't move.
That's
Okay.
such a good idea. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I do.
we've already the show is finished at 11, so
Okay.
now we're just having a good time. Okay.
Oh. I use the R6 and I like it. I still miss the top LCD, and I'm kind of aggravated that they would have taken that off that level. It's a mid-level camera, but the fact that they took that away
don't you think it's
does
a little higher than a mid-level? I mean, it was 2500
prosumer.
when it came out.
Yeah, prosumer, but they always had the LCD on top. And to decide that that belonged on even a higher level was aggravating. I still miss it. I find it annoying. There are more menus to go through to accomplish some of those things. Um, so that's, aggravating. I am a staunch user of photogenic lights. I still consider them to be the most robust. They are extremely expensive now. It can be had on the.
Photogenic is a brand, so you guys
It is.
that are
It
not
is.
up to speed, Photogenic is an actual brand. It would be like the Rolls Royce. It's
Almost. Almost. Yep.
it's like the
Ellen
top.
Pro might be. Pro Photo. I'll grab one. I got 15 of them actually.
Okay. And while you're doing that, let me give a hello to Meli. Thanks for being here. He's running the R7 and the EOS R. I just want to make sure everybody gets a little, uh, you know, uh, recognition. So Jeff is here. What are you asking? What day? Sly's on Tuesday now, right, Randy?
Yes. So she babysits on Friday. She thought it was interfering with her show, so she went to Tuesday, and that way she's not babysitting.
Okay.
And she,
So she's on Tuesday night, right?
yeah,
And Mr. Camera Junkie is on Saturday
Saturday
night.
night. Now he's in the
And
process of moving into his dad's place to take care of him.
okay, so
So
he's in the process of moving. You know who else is moving? Shane.
yeah, that's right.
Techie,
Yeah,
nerdy,
he already
geeky.
moved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He already made from his
yeah,
his new studio.
yeah.
So, Scotty, I'm gonna need you to address your mom here, so I don't get in trouble. I don't want to be sent to my room.
Well, I told her a long time ago not to use those, but moms don't always listen.
So, what do? What can I have an idea to tell her, but I want to hear your idea first.
Well, when I use softener, I use Downy. I
Okay.
dilute it significantly in the container. You start out with a half-filled container when you get to that point, and at that point you add half water to it, and that prevents some of that oily situation. But
So I have
as
a
you can
little
make,
cup like this, okay, and I mix in the washing machine, not the dryer yet, but let's start with the washing machine. I mix it 50% Downy, like Scotty, okay, and the other 50% I put in something called Odoban, Odoban. And what that does is allows the Downy to do its work, but it also sanitizes for COVID, whatever number we're up to, 2,700, COVID 19. Okay. It sanitizes that. All right. Now, for the dryer, what I do is I make that same mixture and I put it in a spritzer bottle. And then I get a, what do you call it? The washcloth. Okay. And I will wet the washcloth quite heavily. Okay. And throw the washcloth in the dryer. No dryer sheets. Okay. Just wet the washcloth with whatever you want. You don't even have to use my mixer. Okay. And then throw the washcloth in. And this way, uh, you could be healthier, Evelyn, and you'll take a step forward for safety at the same time. And you'll still be doing something you're used to, which means throwing something into the dryer. Okay. So you might feel naked if you don't throw something in the dryer because it doesn't feel right. Throw the washcloth in the dryer. Just wet it with, you know, the washcloth with whatever your source. And Scotty is actually very clever on this stuff. So when he does
couple of,
talk,
couple of things that I'll add.
go,
During
go ahead.
C19, you couldn't get Clorox. It was just gone, or it was $8 a bottle.
Yeah.
If you went into the garden center, they had pallets, 4 gallons to a box of Pool Shock
There you
for
go.
about $3 or $4 for a case of 4. Now it's about twice the percentage of the active ingredient in bleach, so you dilute it significantly. So 1 gallon equals at least 2 gallons. So for $4, I was getting the equivalent of 8 gallons of Clorox. And if you buy the cheap bleach, look at the percentage. It's about half again of what Clorox is. So you're not getting a good deal when you buy the cheap stuff. Now, a footnote: if you've got a septic tank, don't use bleach. It's going to kill the bacteria in that septic tank that is supposed to be working, and you're just, you're going to create a
I
much
never
bigger
knew
problem.
that. I never knew
Yeah,
that.
because the bleach is just, it's tough on bacteria, right? Well, the septic tank has to have living bacteria to function.
To
So
chew
if you've got
all the crap out of there needs to be munched on by the bacteria. I never thought
exactly
of that, Scott. So you're killing the
yeah,
bacteria that's there to make the septic tank work.
beneficial bacteria.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Oh well. So what do you use in place of bleach? Can you do like what I'm doing? I don't use
Yeah.
bleach anymore. I use the TSP, the Oxy, and the Borax.
Borax. That's exactly what I use.
Okay.
Same thing. Plus, I have soft water, so
Yeah, that
Oh,
helps quite a bit.
makes a
wow.
huge difference. Yeah, I call it Perrier in my faucet. It keeps me from really moving, because finding that kind of quality of water is pretty rare, even around here. I'm surrounded by hard water in all 4 directions.
So, your mom is saying that she cleans the dryer sheets often.
I
I
like
don't
that.
know what that means, but okay. Maybe she's. Oh, she's correcting it. She cleans the dryer vents often. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
got it.
that doesn't work. What the problem is that as these dryer sheets get hot, they release that uh, oil, which is what gives you your laundry that nice smell, but it also is circulating across all the internal parts. One of which is the thermostat, the temperature sensor. So it's after a while it would look like hairspray. It'd be like spraying hairspray on the
Wow.
internals. Not good. Not good.
Well, guys, we are at 11:20. We've talked about washing the floor, washing our clothes, cleaning our septic tank. Oh, wait, Scotty's got one more round. He's going to show us. Tell me what that's about. Wait, Scotty, let me make you bigger. Hold on. Okay.
So that's
right.
a photogenic power
Huge.
light. They're
Okay.
about $800 a piece now.
Ouch.
You can find them used. I have about 15 of them. Most of them I've bought used.
What's the glass in the front? What's that glass thing in the front?
That's the flash tube.
Oh, that's a flash tube. Okay.
Yeah. It's a bare bulb, and they have a zillion different kinds of quick release connector reflectors. I started out by buying the digital versions. What I found as digital photography came along, I could see what was happening. Back in the days of film, we would actually attach a cord, to the front of a softbox or the light. And when you were doing headshots, for example, you would use that as a way to measure so that you had
distance.
consistent.
Like a distant string. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you also could set these lights, and you knew that if it was 66 watt seconds, you were going to have really consistent results. And if you're doing your own processing, which I did, it made it a breeze. Color
Okay,
was
so
the same.
that's heavily for pictures. It's not for video. This is for pictures.
Well, the
Now,
beauty of this is
yeah,
that it does
tell us
have
about a modeling light. Yeah.
Yeah, it has a very bright modeling lamp in it, so you can use it for continuous light as well. I would say not for video though, because it has a fan underneath right there. Oops, nope, I'm backward here. Let's see.
Yeah.
Right there, and it's not super quiet, but it does give me the opportunity to, if I'm photographing a child or a family group or something that's in motion, I could freeze the action using strobe. If I want to shoot a single or two people portrait and I want to shoot at 1.8, I'll use the modeling light and adjust to, what is it, about 3200, 3800.
Now, you don't have to take that front off to use the modeling light. You did that just to show it to us, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Just checking. Okay. Now, I'll put you back where you belong. There you go. Okay.
What I was going to allude to, though, is for about $100 less, they made a non-digital version with just sliders. And one slider would go for the actual power. And the other slider would dim or brighten the modeling light.
Got it.
And the beauty of that is, because I've got a lot of lights behind me facing toward me. Some of them are really close to the wall there as separation lights. You would have to roll the light out, fiddle with the buttons to adjust. Now, I just take my finger back there, up brighter, dimmer, whatever. I prefer the non-digital version, and I have transitioned a lot of my lights over to the non-digital version. It's so much easier, and that's important when you're doing using the modeling lamp as the actual source of light, as opposed to the strobe part. If they were silent, or if you use crisp would solve it too. They could be used for video as well. I would get better color. I don't know why this image is so yellow and a bit green, I think, too. But it's the iPad, I'm guessing, because I've got 5,200 degrees coming at me, same as you. So I could tell, obviously, that you have really good flesh tones. Although you're also, that's not an R6, I don't think, that you've got on you right now, because R6 just has a bugger of a time with blues.
Okay, so now if on my Ecamm software, if I go into my wand, there's a camera listed as Scott. Okay.
Right.
So I'm going to lower the yellow on you, and let's see if it does anything to help you. Yeah, I think it's lowered the level, the yellows down a little bit. I could turn off the saturation and make you black and white.
I like that.
Yeah, but you're not going to keep that. Okay, and
it's better already.
Okay, and I also can change magenta and green. So if I go more to the magenta a little bit, I would say you look as natural at this point as Randy and me. Each person will have his own desires or preferences. Okay.
Definitely an improvement. Yeah.
Okay. I can also change the brightness. So I can bring you down a little bit so you're not so pungent in terms of harshness. Yeah. And I can also change the contrast. So that's more and that's less.
That looks
and you almost look like a portrait there, honestly.
Good.
So, and that is only on that camera. So, remember I said before I wasn't going to do this because I don't want to screw up my show. Now I could do the same thing and go to Randy. Okay. And
you got to remember, monitors are different, so they they project different pictures. So what might look lousy on Peter's screen might look perfect on mine. So,
right. Well, how do you look on yours, Randy?
Well, I'm perfect, but you got me dark on yours. So
okay, so on mine now, you look very close to me and Scotty in terms of brightness. So either we're all dark across the board.
Randall is being illuminated
what I'm seeing also
by the monitor, his monitor, because it's lighting up under
yeah,
his chin. So
you can see it's lighting him up. You can see from his neck and everything. Right.
As whatever comes on that screen, it's going to affect the color that's falling on his face too. So that's a little bit
the wallpaper. Yeah.
Okay, now so that's how I do the camera effects. Now what I'd like to figure out real quick is how can I actually change the let's try this. Don't get upset. Okay, I'm going to take Randy. And I can zoom him.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Me. Yeah.
Wow. I'm doing this now that the show is now that the show is mostly over. Okay. Now I'm playing with it. Because if I screw it up now, it's okay.
Yeah.
So I can actually go to the top and change from the word Randy to the word Scott. And now I could do a digital zoom on Scott and make us all the same size, and then move him kind of like I like it so that we're about an inch from the top. Okay, now we look good. Of course, we're in the eye behold. Hey, welcome! It's Peter Gregg. It's Friday night, except it's not Friday night anymore. Oh yeah, it is still Friday night. But we do look similar. Now, so all of us have our own controls, and then I get to do the control too. And you guys, whether you realize it or not, you just taught me how to do that because I was a little scared to do that before. Okay, and the reason I was scared to do that is what if I did something, like that? Oh, how do I get him back? How do I get him back? Well, now I know. Okay, so
that was a trip.
Did you enjoy that, Scotty?
That hurt a little bit.
It's the Star Trek Enterprise here. We just dropped Randy for some reason. It could be. Oh, he's back. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I was
Okay.
having some problems with it, but I'm looking pretty good now. So
Okay.
You want
So
to do a
Mookie is saying the cameras look good. Let's start the show over again.
um,
Okay,
probably
Randy.
give.
Here's one for you. Okay. This is Jeff in Australia. Okay. Now, we don't pick on anybody because they don't know exactly what we know. We help everybody. Okay. So he says, so how do I come on? I don't understand. And part two, I'm not sure what to say as you guys know so much. Okay. So part two, it doesn't matter. Okay. So both of these guys are smarter than me. I just don't let them know that. Okay. So you just talk, and when you feel like you run out of things to say, be quiet. Somebody else will pick up, the slack, so you don't have to worry about what to say. And plus, look, how many we got in here? We got 10 people in here. So, Jeff, let's say you make a complete fool of yourself. Only 10 are going to see it, and 3 of us are here. So only 7 are going to see it. It's not going to make one hill of beans in the world.
But thousands of millions on the replay.
yeah,
Well, yeah, we get millions and millions on the replay, right, Scotty?
I watch it on a continuous loop to give you numbers.
Thank you. That counts. Believe it, I do too. When I go to bed tonight, I will sign on as Peter Gregg. I will turn me on, as conceited as this sounds. Okay, I will turn me on. I will go to sleep and turn my iPad in the other direction, and it will run. What do you call it? The watch time hours, because that's what we're doing. We're working on getting watch time hours.
Just
But
remember, you can run your PC with a program. You can run both your iPads and your iPhone.
yeah, but you need a
simultaneously.
different account. You need different
Well,
accounts.
right.
Right, Randy,
it
what were you
is
going to say?
on the likes? So you can only get one like, but you can use different computers running the same video, all right, and it'll be used as watch hours. So that is added.
It is?
Yes. So you can only get one like, but like I have 10 computers, I can be running this show on 10 different computers, and you'll get 10 more hours, which should help your.
I didn't know that. I thought it recognized that, Mookie, you don't have to be quiet, buddy. Everybody loves everybody here, so there is no there is no problems. And if somebody gets upset, either deal with it or go away and give me a thumbs down every time I come on. We've got both types around here, so you can't see it, but I have a thumbs down, and we all, not all of us, but most of us know who it's from. Okay, so instead of addressing the issue, they get their, what do you call it when you let off steam? They get it off their chest by giving me a thumbs down, and that's perfectly fine because I love everybody. But just because I love everybody doesn't mean I lose my opinion. Okay, I mean, Scotty and I can't. What don't we agree on? We got to not agree on something. I can't remember what we don't agree on. Not much, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Randy and I don't agree on something. It's in the biblical world. Okay, he's on the left. I'm on the right. But hey, we talk to each other for hours on the phone. It makes no hill of beans. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Everybody gets the right to their opinion. So Jeff says it's late, so I'm going to try next week if you want me on. I just don't know how to join in.
Let me say one thing to Jeff. What you do is you click on the link. It'll tell you like on the internet, and all you need is something. If you don't have a camera, just have a mic, and you can do kind of like a podcast. Okay. So You don't have to show yourself, but you can talk. And you can do that, or you can get your cell phone. But some people have done that too. I've seen them where they use their cell phone, they go on the internet, click on this link, and then they mute the web browser, and then they talk like what we're doing right now. So
Right.
I got a web browser open, but it's muted, so I can answer some of the questions that are going through the chat. But on the Ecamm Live, or the link that you click on, that volume is on. All right. So that's what I use to listen to what's going on, because that's live. If you use your browser, it's always behind like what, 20 to 40 seconds, something like
Mm-hmm.
that. And
Mhm.
sometimes you get a double feedback. You don't want that. So it's very easy to get on. Once you try it, you'll work out the kinks, and then before you know it, you'll be on all the time.
All right.
So
So Jeff, Mookie, even Louis Lazuka. If you look underneath the video here, they call it. They used to call it the description. I don't know what it's called anymore. Okay. I think it says more. If you look in there, okay, you could start reading, and it'll have links to different things that I put up there. But if you go down maybe a third of the way, you'll see a line, and it says something, 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 ecamm.com, something, something, something. Okay. That is a link. Okay. And I got a feeling that Randy's going to put it up for us in a second.
yeah,
All right. Now, what that link is, you will go and click on that link inside of Chrome, and you have to use Chrome. You can't use Safari. You
yeah,
can't use, what's the other one? Microsoft. You have to
right,
use Chrome, and that's because it's not in my hands. That's what the company called Ecamm uses. That's their business, not my business, okay? So in Chrome, you're going to put that link in your URL, and that'll bring you to a new window. That new window will have a place where you can select a camera if you have one, okay? Or like Randy was just saying, you could select a microphone, all right? So let's say you have both. You can select your camera, and on your computer, you'll see yourself, right, Randy? Right, Scott? You see
yeah,
yourself there, right? Okay. And then when you click on whatever microphone you want to use in your computer, you'll be able to hear yourself. Okay. And then underneath all that, it'll say join. That means that window will send a connection to me, and I'll see you on my little window. Okay. So Jeff is joining right now. Okay. So I'm going to try to put him on. Okay. So he's in here. Okay, now Jeff's talk, and let's test this out. Okay, now I do need to add one more thing, and Randy and Scott will jump right in if I don't say this. You have to mute the broadcast, okay? You can't be watching this live and be in my little special window. My little special window and the broadcast they will clash, okay?
right,
And that clash will sound terrible. All right. So only listen to the new window that my Ecamm gives you. Okay. So now Jeff is in, and I'm going to put him to the right, Randy. So he's going to be to your
okay,
right. Okay. All right. Oh, it put him underneath. So there's Jeff. So
yeah,
you guys can see Jeff now. Okay.
yeah.
How
So
you
Jeff,
going, guys?
there you
Hey,
go. You're all smiles. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
see,
I'm all
you
new
were
to
on
this, so I'm not
before.
really sure.
all right, let's give Jeff a second to say hi to everybody. No, say with your mouth. Hi.
Oh, hi all. Hi, Randall. And I don't know the other guy.
You mean the
Scott.
handsome
The
one?
one
The
up
handsome
top
one
from
up
there.
on top of you? The one that's eating? That's
Yeah, that
Scott.
one.
I call him Scotty.
G'day, Scott. How you going?
There you go.
Doing well down under.
Thank you.
It
Yeah,
wasn't that bad, Jeff. Look at
that's
you.
good. And
You're flying there.
I'm all right.
I am so
I'm just a
proud
bit
of you.
nervous because I've never done it.
All
Sorry.
right. All right, let me give you a test. Can you count to 3?
1, 2, 3.
Yay! You're as brilliant as the rest of us. Okay. So I do
I don't think so.
I do a lot of teasing, so don't mind me. You sound like you got a wonderful
No, I
person.
don't get offended. No.
So that sounds
Yeah,
good.
I
So
listen to a lot what you guys talk about. I learn a lot from you guys, but I don't know a lot, so it's hard.
that's okay. So what are you connected with now? Are you connected with a phone? Are you
Just
connected
my
with
mobile, the Samsung 20, whatever they
Yeah.
call it, XE, EF, I think, Samsung EF,
Look how good
20
that
EF,
is.
something like that.
Okay.
It's just a
Randy,
mobile phone.
Too, so.
Randy, come up with your full head so you don't confuse everybody. We could see
Okay.
each person.
Me,
There you go. No,
is
Randy,
that better?
you're
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, okay.
Jeff, don't do
okay.
nothing, Jeff. You're fine. Okay. I just
Okay,
wanted Randy
cool.
to not show all his monitors so you can all see yourselves and see where you're
Right.
sitting in the
I'm
broadcast.
just gonna.
Now I have a question.
Hey,
Maybe
can you
Randy
make-
can answer this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are they narrow and Randy and I are wide? Why is that?
Okay, so if you add another
That's what I
person,
want to know.
if
Can I
so-
turn it around?
No,
No,
don't touch.
no,
Don't touch.
no.
Oh.
All right, you're on the cell phone. That's where your camera is, and the tablet
Yeah.
is in portrait mode. That's why he's like that. Okay, the cameras are 16:9. They're 9:16 because they're in portrait mode. We're in landscape mode. That's why it's like that.
Right.
Did
Can
you
I
understand
switch
that?
mine?
So, does that mean I've got to change something, or?
No.
No, I mean you look fine. You can turn it sideways.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And then
But won't I be upside down? Yeah, I'll be upside.
yeah.
Oh,
There
hang
see
on.
now there you go. See, that's perfect. See,
But-
now you have a
Oh,
white
okay.
screen. And Scott's doing the
But
same
then I
thing
can't
with
see you
his.
guys.
Yeah, you see?
Wow, look at that. Boy, are we professional now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, better than me.
Good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
See, Randy
Yeah.
fixed
I'm
it for
still
all of you
waiting for
guys.
an old man.
Hey, how old are you?
That's a lot better over here.
How old am I? I'm 62 this year.
I got you beat by almost 10 years.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
know.
just right behind him.
I think so. Yeah, that's right. Sorry,
How old am
Randall.
I got a birthday coming up in about 12 days.
Oh, well, next week remind me to sing happy birthday to you.
for
Yeah.
me.
So guess
Yeah.
my age.
No, mine's in September. So
I am under 75.
You're under 75?
70.
So you're 74 and 3/4?
Almost.
Yep.
Anybody want to take a guess?
And then I'll be off again.
Can't hurt my
I'm going to be
feelings.
heading off again, Peter.
Oh, that's
guys,
good.
in August. I'm
Where
heading
you
off
going?
to Turkey. Turkey.
Oh,
Turkey.
wow.
Boy, you're going far.
Yeah. Yeah,
Grab
this
me a
time I
sandwich.
am.
I
I'm going to
love
make it
turkey
a really good
sandwiches.
one. Sorry?
Grab me a turkey sandwich. I love those things.
Yeah, why not, eh?
Legit
Yeah, we're
turkey.
spending two weeks in Turkey. We're going to Istanbul and then going right down to Ethias. I think if that's how you pronounce it. Cappadocia.
Wow, you're
Oh,
going to get
wow.
around a lot.
It's
I want to see
interesting
it.
because, I'm going to pastrami for my birthday.
What? Okay.
Jeff, we do a lot of joking around here, so put your
Yeah, I know.
your joking head on.
Last year for my birthday, I went to Capicola. It's beautiful this time of year.
Oh, that's That's right.
All right, that one I don't
I'm
get.
not
Where's
very good at
Capicola?
Where's
It's on my sandwich.
Cappadocia? Or
It's
Cappadocia?
on
Oh,
my
yeah. Like,
Capicola is an Italian meat.
Ah, well,
is it?
pick something a little more than normal so I can understand what you're talking about.
Well,
I'm the dumb
during
one in the I'm the dumb one in the room now. Okay.
I
I
went
don't know.
to Honey Ham back in 2019, if that
Ooh,
helps.
now that's wonderful. As a
Anybody
matter of
gonna do my guess the age?
your age,
Yeah,
you're 74.
I
I
fudged a
reckon
little.
you'd be in your 50s,
Can't be
60s, 50s, 60s.
can't. I'm in my 60s. Yes,
Okay, so you're
About
63.
65.
I am 63 right now for a few more days.
So I won. I
No,
got
you're
the right
64.
I got the right
You re-
number.
you really did.
And
You
I
really
think,
did.
Peter, you're 10 years exact from me, I think.
I am.
I think you're 72 this year, aren't you?
Oh,
Me?
Peter, yeah.
Peter will be 72 in October.
Yeah, that's right. Just after my birthday. So I'm 62 and you'll be, so yeah, you're exactly 10 years older than
So
I.
okay, so it's a 10-year difference.
and Evelyn's
Yeah.
got you all beat.
Hmm?
What was
Evelyn has
that?
you all.
Yeah, Evelyn has us all beat, but don't say that too loud. She's probably looks younger than all of us.
She does.
I've never seen Evelyn, so I don't know.
Oh,
Evelyn is
What about
Scotty's
you,
his mother, Alex. I mean Jeff.
What about you,
Who's
Randall?
I am. I'll be 68 on the 11th of April.
Oh, you
Oh,
beat me as well.
And Randy is newly retired and loving every
So
minute of
I'm
it.
the young one on the block.
yeah.
That's right.
He's the new
I
kid
was
on the
actually
block.
so old now.
It's
So
only
Jeff,
mine.
Jeff, how does it
Yeah.
feel being live around the world? You were scared to come on, and
Um,
now,
yeah, bit nervous still.
still now?
Feel, yeah, a little bit. Something I'm not used to.
So it's
Well,
getting to
Yeah.
be. He's looking at the fall. Fall is coming upon you, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
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 hmm.
So
Peter and
how do
Waldo.
you do? Do you do Christmas? How do you when you Christmas is in the summer then?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
in the summer here in Oz. But we sort of do. Mike, Deb, can you take Missy away? What we do, our family, what we do like Christmas Eve. We sort of do like I think it's like American style Christmas. Like we do a 3-course meal with turkey and all that. Like I think you call it Thanksgiving, don't you?
We do the same thing twice, actually. We do Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
which is turkey, mashed potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes, stuffing,
yeah,
and the most
yeah,
important part, pie, a lot of pie. And then we do the same
yeah.
thing
That's
all
it.
over again for Christmas. You know.
Yeah. So on Christmas Day, what we do different, we have what we call informal, and all the family comes over, and we just put all the food out, and we just because it's summer here, we
Mhm.
just have all the cold meats and drinks and things like that. So we
That
do both.
do you have something what we call here potluck, which means everybody brings their own thing, whatever they want to bring?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's on Christmas Day.
Okay. What do you get? How do you
So,
call that?
so you, it's just like bring a dish,
Okay, bring a
but it's
dish.
the same type of thing. Like someone might bring, say, a salad, or someone might bring dessert. Whatever it may be. It just helps, like if the family members just bring a little bit because all the kids and that.
Oh yeah.
Do you do like a
So
winter festival then? During the winter, do you have some sort of winter carnival or winter festival or something?
no, not really. Not that I'm aware of. Not here in Brizzy anyway, because it's quite hot in Queensland.
But I mean,
So
during
even
not during Christmas, but during your winter, do you have some sort of winter holiday of some kind?
No, not really. We only have Easter. That's it, and that's usually in our. Deb, what's winter? That would be. Hey, it's autumn. So Easter here is autumn, which would be your fall, isn't it? Is that right? I'm correct.
No, spring.
Mhm.
Autumn.
Spring. So your
No, no.
fall,
I mean,
our spring, Easter.
no, no. What I meant to say is, you call it the fall, we call it autumn. Is that correct?
True.
Oh, we
Pretty
call it
much the
both.
same
too.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah. So in the fall we have Easter, and you have Easter in the spring. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Easter is
Yeah,
in
and that's
16 days, about 16 days. It's on the 20th of April.
yeah, yeah.
I think.
So
I think. I think.
we don't do a lot for Easter. We just sort of, it's like a time for the family to get together, and
Yes.
like just a time. So we don't really do a lot for Easter. Where Christmas, yeah, we do quite a lot, our family. And because my family, like my wife's family, they're part Jewish, so that's why I hold with the Christmas and all that a little bit more.
I make a bread. It's called
Yeah,
very similar to challah bread, which would be a Jewish bread.
yeah,
I do it within our own tradition, which is a little different than the Jewish tradition. But if your
yeah.
wife knows what a challah bread is, same thing or very
Yeah.
similar.
Oh,
A
really?
very yeah. So that's
Yeah.
fine.
They have Hanukkah as well. So you got the Hanukkah season as well.
Yes, that's fun.
So yeah. So that's for ever since I met my wife, that's sort of how we've always done it from the word go.
How long have you been
So it's
married?
sort of like 33 this year.
So it was just a few days
33
ago.
years. No, no, no. It'll be 33 in October.
That's a lot of years. So
It
what's
is.
what's the secret to a great marriage?
Yes, dear.
Communication, I think. Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Yes,
Just
dear.
agree. No, look, my wife's a blessing. I thank God every day for her. She's a rock. Um, I don't know if I told you, Peter, or any of you guys, that I'm partly disabled due
I
to an
know
operation I had.
you're in a wheelchair.
A walker and a disability. What do they call it? A disability. Yeah, like a disability chair, I suppose you'd call it.
Okay.
So where I can walk around the house okay, but when it comes to long distance or going somewhere,
You
I
need the
just can't do it on my own.
You need the
Yeah,
walker.
and my wife,
Okay.
from the moment I wasn't able to walk, my wife has been my biggest supporter.
That's fantastic.
So basically, oh look, she's been right there from the word go. And I started my photography in 2018, and that was a turning point in my life with photography. And I found, instead of me whinging about what was taken from me, I looked different. Like, I looked at it differently and thought, well, okay, I found photography. I enjoy photography. It's a way of me telling a story through the eyes of the lens. And yeah, I'm still learning, but I enjoy it. And I found that's something I can do. And with the support of my wife and my family, yeah, it's been tremendous. So that's why I'm going to Turkey as well. So now I've got support for me to go
That's
and
fantastic.
help me. I'm going to take the opportunity.
Um.
Sorry?
No, I said that's fantastic. I'm a Christian
Yeah.
guy. You know that, right?
Yes, I
But
know. Same here. Yeah.
I got myself into a little bit of a depression there for a while, and
Yes.
and God said the same thing inside my heart to what you're saying right now, and that is, don't look at
Yeah.
what you cannot do, look at what you can do.
Yeah.
And that started to turn
Absolutely.
my life around a little bit, because that's how I got into YouTube. So I can't
Yeah.
go here, I can't go there, you know,
Yep.
and that started to get depressing. And then
Yep.
one day while I was really complaining to the Lord,
Yep.
he kind of said something in my heart. Stop looking at what you cannot do and start looking at what you can do. So that's I got cameras. I can hook them up to my computer and I can go live online, and that's how I started doing
And it does
that.
make a big difference in the lives of the people around you.
Yes, it helps if people
Yeah.
will look and see what they can do. You know,
Yep.
it's something
Like I
very
tell
very
people
positive.
well, see, I tell people about my story and what happened.
You do or you
And
do not.
no, I do. Like when I see other people in the same situation, or if they're feeling depressed or they're feeling like no hope, I share my experience
How
because I
long
think
have you
that's important.
how long have you had the limited mobility? Mookie said limited mobility, so that's a good choice of words.
How long, Deb? About 18 years, but it's gotten worse over the last, say, 5-6 years.
Oh, it has.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, so it's hard. I mean, just to give you an example, say if I was to walk, say, 100 meters, that when I first started, it was like doing 3 kilometer walk or maybe even longer. Like it was a hard road to travel. Now, my last count from last month, with the aid of a walking stick, I was able to do 3 kilometers.
Does your wife want
So
to say hi?
No, she's shaking her head. No, you don't want to say hello?
No, so you
Just say
might
hello.
put. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, we just had our family over.
Oh, that's what time
So
is it there now? What time? It's almost midnight here.
Nearly 2 in the afternoon here, and it'll be what, about 11 your way, 12 or 12?
Yeah, in about 4 minutes it'll be midnight. 3 minutes it'll be midnight
Midnight.
for Miami. Uh,
Yeah,
Randy's in Texas, so he's at an hour
11
11. I'm at
an
12.
hour.
Scotty's
And
in the
what
same
about?
time zone as me, right? You're
Oh, okay.
okay. So you're at
11:57.
What?
so
So we're
you're
one
at
day ahead, more or less.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
you're at,
Saturday here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you could tell me what the winning lottery ticket numbers are for tomorrow, can you?
Mate, if I work that out, I'll be over your place tomorrow.
And you'd be welcome. I enjoy having people here. So
Yeah,
that's
no.
funny.
Yeah, I wish, hey. But anyway, hey, it is what it is.
I'm really, 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 really happy that you had the guts to step up and turn on that phone and connect up. And
Yeah.
if what's your wife's name? What's your wife's name?
Debbie.
Debbie.
Deborah.
Hi,
No, Debbie.
hi, Debbie. Nice to hear you. You don't have to come on.
Yeah.
You don't have to come on. I'm not going to make you
All right.
embarrassed. I'm just
Yeah,
grateful
I went,
that you can hear me and I could say hello to you because it's somebody that none of us, Scotty, Randy, or me, would ever talk to, because you're in Australia and we're over here in
It's
the
true.
States. You know.
It's cool.
yeah. But it's good. It's good to see the faces of the names I read at the bottom of the screen.
That's why I turned this thing on, because little by little, I think some of you guys are going to get the guts. Like Randy is old hat at this, so it's nothing new for him. Scotty,
Yeah,
you were on
he's
my
really
birthday,
good.
right, Scott? You weren't on my birthday. You came in
I don't know, but I was on back in 2019. You did
just
like
a few days
6
ago.
hours.
Then
Yeah, yeah. I'm an old hand
Yeah.
at this. I've been
But
on
I've seen Randall's videos, like when he's traveled around places
yeah,
with
make
it.
sure you put comments for Randy because he reads them, and that's how you encourage the rest of us by saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
this is Jeff in Australia.
But,
You know, I'm
but
watching
I've been
you."
following you. But I've been following, even though I haven't spoke from the beginning, I've been watching you, I think from the time I started photography in 18, because wanted to learn so much. So I was doing like just researching and listening to people because I found that's how I learned. And then I'll write down things that you talk about, and then I'll research that, and then I'll go out and try it.
What camera did you settle in on to do
Uh,
your work with?
we got two. My wife's got the Canon 5D Mark IV,
Okay, that's a good
Oh,
camera.
and I've got.
yeah,
Oh, it is. I love that camera. I think it's beautiful. I love the whole ergonomics of it. I love
yeah.
the focusing system on it. I've got the R6 myself, and out of the two cameras, I still like Deb's. Right, her 5D Mark IV. So hers is older, but I still love hers over the R6. The R6
Well,
I find is great for video. I'm still not convinced with the photos. I mean, they do take nice photos, but I just find me personally, that's just me. I mean, I don't know. I just find like looking at the photos Deb takes on the 5D Mark IV seems to be that little bit sharper and more natural. The lenses I use is that's what I was going to ask you in a minute. I use the 70 to 200. I use the
so
16 to 35.
you're basically saying
Sorry.
that you're basically saying that Debbie is a better photographer than you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I dare say so. When it comes to portrait photos, absolutely. Yeah. I
I'm
mean, she did a bit
teasing.
of wedding as well, so that was really good for her. Good experience. But for
Okay,
me, I
so
don't like portrait. Yeah, sorry.
talking to you directly. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy right up on top of you on this picture also has the R6, so he knows exactly
Okay.
what you're working with. And I owned the
Yeah.
R6 for quite a while, and now I have the R6 Mark II, thanks to the
Yes, I
guy
know.
on your side because he
Right.
got me the R6 Mark II. So you're in good
Yeah.
company in terms of the quality. So if you think one is
Yeah.
sharper than the other, it should not be. It's either the lens or the
Or me.
sharpening or the level that you have it in the menu, what it's set to as the sharpening level in the menu. Or
So to get,
you're shaking the
yeah.
camera. You got to when you shoot, you can't jerk it down, okay? So watch my finger for a second. I'm
Yeah.
just going to make a little show for you for a second, okay? A lot of
Okay.
people will shoot and they'll do, see this finger here? They'll do this. They'll
Yeah.
push it
Well,
and punch it down like
Yeah,
that instead of
shake it.
just slowly letting it fire.
I know I do
It's
mine slowly, and I have it on a tripod as well.
okay.
Uh,
Then it would be the menu setting inside is the
Yeah.
sharpness
So what would
can be
make
pushed.
what settings would you put it on to get sharp?
Okay, so look and see where it is.
Yeah.
Okay, and wherever it
Yeah.
is, move it up
Yeah.
two clicks, not two numbers, but move it up by 2 clicks. 1, 2
Hang on. I'll
in the
just see.
menu. Well, don't
Yeah.
do it now. Okay,
No, I'm not
but
going to do it now. It's packed away. But
okay, and
no, I
that.
just enjoy using it.
Mhm.
Like I said, I'm still learning. I'm enjoying the process, the journey that I'm on with it. I mean,
Mhm.
that's what it's about. The other lens I use is a 16 to 35 and the 24 to 70. Now, when I go to Turkey, this is what I was going to ask you because I like landscape photography.
Well,
Would it be better off taking just the 24 to 70, or would it be better off
Randy,
taking both of them to 16?
Randy would be a good
Okay.
guy to
Yeah.
ask that to because
Okay,
he's got
Randy.
all these cameras. Number one, and number two, he does travel with his cameras. Okay, so
Okay.
since he
Yeah,
knows
I'd
you're
like
going
to
to go
hear
to
from that.
Turkey, let him talk, and I'll be quiet for a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you like zooms or you like primes, or you take both?
So
If you're going
I'm going to take the 35 prime. It's
okay.
1.4. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's excellent. Excellent. And
Yeah.
for sharper pictures, let's say you don't want any bokeh, then you just down the f-stop to like 1.8, or if you can get away
Yeah.
with it, in bright daylight, f8. all right, for the sharper picture.
Right.
But if you want the bokeh,
Is that how
then
you get the sharp? Oh, right.
so
So it's
what
the
you
f
can
stop.
do, put it in
Yeah.
aperture mode, okay, for your camera,
Priority.
and
Yeah.
it'll take care of the shutter speed, and it should have the auto ISO, okay, and then
So do I
that's
leave it
just to
in
start
auto?
off with, right?
So leave it in auto ISO. Leave it
No,
in aperture
yeah,
priority. Is that what you're saying?
right,
Yeah.
yes, all
Right.
right,
And
and
what
it'll take
about for
care
the
of your shutter
16 to
speed.
30? Now, what about the 16 to 35 and the 24 to 70?
Okay, now,
Which one
let's,
would it be better off taking both or just one?
okay, I like using the 24 to 105 because I get a little bit bigger reach, even if it's an
Oh,
f4
really?
lens. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're going to get, you don't want to be too close to someone and get in their space. So I like a
Yeah,
little
that's
extra
my
depth.
way.
Yeah. So the 24 to 70 is good. The 16 to 35, in that mark, I would get the 20 millimeter. All right. Or even a 24 millimeter
Right.
for, for viewing yourself. So let's say if you want to
Yeah.
do a video of
Yeah.
taking a picture of what you're seeing, 20 millimeters
Also,
wide
yeah.
enough where you get yourself, your wife in the same picture, even at 1080p.
Yeah.
I think that camera can do 1080, right? No, it can do 4K.
Yeah.
And it's a 30
You can do
megapixel
4K. Yeah,
camera.
that's
Yeah.
correct.
So anyway, I think what is it? 40K, 30p?
30 and 60. Don't forget, you would have it in. I'm just trying to get my head around it. I go 25. Yours would be 24. Mine
Right.
is 25 being in PAL because you do.
Right.
So it's 25, 50.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then
it's
100.
25 and 50, I think.
Okay.
And then 100. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah.
I don't do
But
a
it's
lot
a
of
30
video, so I'm
megapixel
sort of.
camera. It does 7
Sorry.
frames per second. So it's an
Right.
excellent camera. So you can even take, if you want to do selfies with you and your wife, I would recommend a 20
Yeah.
millimeter, 24 millimeter, or your 35 millimeter. But then I would get a selfie stick to, bring it back. So the 35 millimeter f1.4 and the 24 to 70 zoom be perfect for you.
Yeah, so I don't have a 24, but if I just took the 35, would that be
Right. That's
okay?
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh,
So you
okay,
get
yeah, because
you get a joystick, a tripod to make it a little bit further
yes,
with a 35 millimeter. Okay, when you do the
correct.
selfie.
Yeah.
But the 24 to
Yeah.
70, usually you use that to show what you're looking. So
Yeah.
the 1.4 is good for indoors. And
20,
do you
which
bring?
one's good for indoors?
Yeah. So
Which
for
one?
an example, do you use a flash?
Not much. I try to avoid the flash, but I do sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Indoors, I find on occasions I might need to use a flash if it goes, say, below 1/25th of a second,
Yeah.
because I get camera shake otherwise. And if I take the ISO up too high, I get grain. So I'm sort of
Right.
getting a bit. That's the dilemma I'm having. I'm trying to still work out,
So,
the
so what
balance
I do is
between
if
the
you get
three.
a lot of camera shakes, okay, and if
Yeah,
you don't use your IBIS,
yeah,
that's inside the camera, I would put it
yeah,
on like a small tripod, put it on a
yeah.
table,
That's what I've got.
and use the
Yeah,
interval shooting where you wait 2 seconds, you press on the shutter release button, step back 2 seconds later, it
yeah.
takes a picture. And that
Oh,
way you
so
get
well,
no
yeah, I was
shakes.
reading. So that's what interval means. It'll take it at
Yes.
certain.
Yes. So you have like 2
Okay, yeah.
seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. The 30 seconds is
Oh, okay.
where You set it, and then you run to your family, the whole family, and then you.
I'll have
And
to
then you
play
take
around
it
with that
home.
before I go then. So, yeah, that's what I thought I'd just ask while I'm on, because you guys all know what you're on about. I'm still learning. So,
One of the best parts with digital is the pictures that you take are free. So you can test
that's
this
right.
weekend, and
Correct.
you can test next weekend. You can test the weekend after that until you home it in, or hone it, HONE, to be what you like. So I have a
And the other thing,
question. How does your limited mobility interact with how much camera gear you'll be able to take?
very much so. That's why I'm asking, because I'm actually stressing about I can't have anything really heavy for it. Say if I was out for 8 hours or 10 hours during the day, that's going to be a lot of weight on my back and
Okay.
legs. So
Okay. So
I'm a little bit worried.
the second
So,
question to matches with this question is:
yeah,
Are you locked into the equipment you have now, or are you willing to buy another lens? Is
I've got
buying another
what
lens
lens?
out of
What
the question?
depending on what lens you're suggesting.
Okay, I know what you're saying.
Give me,
Okay, so I want to go in line with what Randy said. All right, so I
yeah,
think your main lens that you take might be a little
yeah,
different than what Randy's suggested, but it's still something you own, so it doesn't matter. It's not going to shake the world up. The main lens that you
no,
walk around with should be the 16 to 35 zoom. That should be what you put
yeah,
on the
that's the
camera.
one that's the one I'm sort of fighting between the 16 to 35 and the 24 to 70. That's
Okay.
what I'm sort of, I'm not
Okay.
sure.
So that's the first
So,
lens is the 16 to
yep,
35. So now we're being
yep,
careful about the weight because of the limited mobility. Because if you didn't have
yep.
limited mobility, you would take all three of those lenses and it'd be no problem. Okay.
I take my big camera bag, but I can't do it because it's just too much weight.
Okay. So Canon does make I think a 100 or a 75 to 300 zoom. It's a lower
100.
price.
So what was
It's
it?
You want to find a zoom that's something to 300. Okay, I don't remember if it's
Oh,
75 to
75 to
300.
300. Yeah,
Okay,
yes. That
and
is,
here's the key. You want the consumer one. You don't want the professional one. Okay, because this is only a
yeah,
vacation that you're taking right now, and at
yeah.
home you will use the 70 to 200 easily. Okay, but
Oh, okay.
the 75 to
So,
300, I think Randy's going to come back with it now. Okay,
yeah.
is
Would I
not a
lose
very big.
quality?
It's not a big lens. Okay, it's about that big. Okay, he's going to show it to you in a
Yep.
minute.
Oh,
Okay, and
would
it's
I
just
lose quality from the L lenses?
yes, it's a lower quality, but for your vacation, you're not
Yeah.
entering any contests, so you can relax. Okay, a lot of people
Okay,
will
it'll
get
still be
themselves.
okay.
It will be more
Yeah.
than okay. You should be very pleased with what it delivers. Okay. I
Okay.
would take it myself and I would come back with pictures that will knock your eyes out. And it's not because I'm good
Really?
at it, it's because the camera is really good. The R6 is a good
Oh,
camera, and the R5 Mark IV,
yeah.
oh, that's a fantastic camera. So what we
Yeah, I'm not
want to
allowed to have
do,
that one. So.
yeah, what we want to do is take that 70 to 200, that's a whopper of a lens, and make it a
Yeah.
lot smaller so that you can have that reach. Okay.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, I'm
when
not
you,
taking the 70 to 200. It's too big.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's too
Yeah.
big with your. Now, Randy, did you get that lens? Were you able to find it?
Yeah. Let me fix the scene.
Okay, he's going to fix it and then he's going to show it to you in a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I'm just going to look up at the TV because I
all
can't
right.
see it on the mobile. So,
No, that's fine. So the 16 to 35 should be a walk around lens. Okay. And when you
right.
go someplace and you see something that's scenic that you want to take
Yeah.
pictures with,
Yeah.
you're going to take this, compare the size of the lens that he's holding with the 70 to 200. Okay.
All right.
Who,
So I think the 1-300, is that an internal zoom or external?
That's external.
See
You can
how-
see it.
Mine would be.
So
Oh,
this is the 100,
are you talking-
400 RF. It's not the DSLR, all right? But it's about the same size. It's light, okay? So if you take the 16-35 and the 100-300 that he's talking about, or this is smaller
That's
than the
tiny.
24-70.
Yeah, show him the lens, Randy. Put it up in the middle there.
Okay, let me do this.
Well, that's
See, now
half the
what-
size of the 70-200.
Yeah, it's an excellent vacation lens. It's an excellent vacation lens. Okay.
So it is light.
Yes. Compared to
It's
your
a-
70-200, I would say it's 1/3 the weight.
Wow. I bet it's small.
Yeah, so you don't get the 2.8, you get the F4. Well, what is it?
It's a
4.5
4.5 to 6.3. It's
Yeah,
a
something like
it's
that.
an outdoor
Yeah, so
lens.
when you zoom in, you lose. Yeah,
It-
that's what I'm
it's-
saying. Because with that consumer lens, when you zoom in, you lose the aperture. It shuts it down. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, but don't get
Yeah.
it in
Goes
your
down to
head that that's a
4.5.
don't get it in your head that that's a bad thing, because it's not a bad thing.
Oh,
If you're inside,
it's not. Oh,
not outside.
No,
Outside
mine
is
would be-
perfectly fine, but inside
yeah.
it would be a bad thing, and that's when you would change to one of your smaller f1.4 lenses, or the 16-35, which is it a 2.8 or f4, the one that you have? Do you know?
The 16-35 is it's 16-35 version 2, f2.8. It's a brilliant
That's-
lens.
That
Yeah.
lens is a very high-end professional lens. So
Yeah, I
inside,
got that very. I was flexed. I got it very cheap.
yeah, so you use that inside, and you're in like Flynn, is what we say here in the States. So you need your own saying that you say there in Australia. Okay.
Yeah, and I've got the 85 prime version 2, but that's just too heavy for me.
Right,
No,
right.
you
Yeah.
take the lens that Randy's showing you would be, if you're going to
Yeah.
purchase a lens, that would be the way to go. Okay.
But
And
that goes to 75, but doesn't it?
that goes what
Is
is
that
it,
right?
Randy? 75 to 300?
Yeah, something like that. You see, so I'm just showing an example. This is the 100-400.
Yeah.
It's not the good
Yeah.
one. It's the cheaper one for you and I. Okay. So it's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
4.5 to 6.3 or 7.1, something like that.
That's a
okay?
400. Oh,
So this
Yeah.
is 100-400. All right. But
oh, I like
what
that.
he's talking about for the DSLR for your camera is the 75-300 is excellent. That's if you want to take
okay.
long shots. Okay. A 35 millimeter is wide enough, all right, you're 1.4, but the problem is then it's real tiny for the shots that you can't walk to. So what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
that's what I mean. I want something I can zoom into to get closer.
right. So what you have to do is you have to think about the DSLR is kind of big. Okay. So that's going to get heavy.
Yeah.
Are you going to have a
Yeah.
camera strap? All right.
So, yeah,
So-
I'm going to have the Black Rapid camera strap.
Okay. All right. So
I love that. Yeah.
now my recommendation is the 16-35.
Yep.
And if you don't want to take the 35 prime, the 16-35 is all you need. If you
Oh,
want,
really? So them two lenses.
yeah. So I see there's for $200, but that's American. All right. It's not Australian.
Yeah, that's
So
right. So
probably
even
like-
my job, that's only roughly $300, nearly $400
Yeah.
Australian.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a lot cheaper.
Yeah. And you see, it's an excellent lens. And you see, it extends like this one, but it's very light.
Oh, okay. I've never
Yeah,
looked
and
at the
it
cheap
shows right
lenses.
here, F4 to 5.6. That's an excellent lens.
Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm going to
And
look at that between the now and the few months.
it's actually a fun lens too. You really enjoy it. You could sit in your house, and
Yeah.
you could just shoot things out in your yard that you can't even get close to. Okay, so it winds
Yeah,
up,
I like it.
it winds up being a really good purchase. But I didn't know if you
Yeah.
wanted to buy something for it or not. But if you do, and you get a good price on that one, it's a winner winner chicken dinner, as Sly would
Yeah.
say.
And you can get it used.
Well, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to look at, because all my lenses that I've got more than, for example, that 85 f 1.2. The
Yeah.
lady paid $4,000 for it. I got it off her for $800.
There you go. Yeah.
Right,
So the
that's the
lens
only
I just
way
showed
I've
you,
able.
the
Yep,
lens I just showed you, Randy made a
yep,
really good point. You could buy it used. Okay,
Yeah, just
it's
like you
yeah.
do.
it's
Yeah.
it's listed on
Well,
B&H used for 116 USD,
yep,
$116
that's what I'll be
USD.
looking.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll go on
now
what we call
now
marketplace.
I just got to enforce the fact that this is
Yeah,
targeted for your trip. This is not a
yeah, that's
high-end
right.
L lens for you to
No,
be like, very picky with. This is for a lens so you can bring back amazing pictures, and it
that's
won't
all I want
be.
it for. Something,
There you
mm,
go.
something that I can capture without breaking the bank.
See, I told
Right.
you
I mean,
Randy
I've
would
got
have
a
the right answer.
GoPro. I've got a GoPro, but I don't want to be using a GoPro either, because they've got a smaller sensor and it's an old GoPro.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'd rather just have my R6 with one or two lenses. And my first choice would be the 16 to 35. I love that
Right.
lens.
Yeah. So
And then I
you're
want something
thinking of
where
getting
like
the
you.
R6 instead of the DSLR, the Canon
Yeah.
R5 Mark IV. So with
So that,
that, now you're talking about. Do you have the EF to RF adapter?
yes, I got that. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Then it'll
Okay.
work on either
So
camera.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Correct.
Okay.
So
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 that's the
that's the
benefit
way
of
to
having it. That,
lighten, Jeff. That's the way to lighten your load and make your trip pleasant.
yeah.
Okay,
Because I've
but
got a
you.
tiny little bag I'm going to take the camera in. I just want to take one more lens.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
so
that, and I think that's the way
Now with the
I think would be better.
R6 and also with the R5 Mark IV, you could take that 300
Yeah.
millimeter and crop it, and it will turn it
What do you
into
mean?
a 450 millimeter.
right.
Okay.
What do you mean? How do you do that?
Well,
What do you mean?
I think if you don't know how to do that, let's not go there. I'm not
okay.
here to confuse
All
you.
right.
Okay.
Is that through the camera settings? You can do that.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
it'll say crop. All right. It'll say full frame, or you can crop it. So you have a
Yep.
30 megapixel camera. It'll turn it into like a 12 megapixel
15.
for APS-C or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's reasonable enough.
And
And that,
with the well, he's talking about the R6, so that's a 1.6 crop. What about the DSLR?
yep.
Is that a 1.6 also?
No, I'm only going to take the R6, so that's the only one I'm
Okay.
interested in.
All right.
So
Do you have
yeah,
any RF
so I
lenses?
didn't realize. Sorry.
Scotty has the R6 also.
Yeah.
Yes.
But do you have
Yeah, no, I
RF
don't have
lenses?
any RF lenses as yet.
Okay.
I can't afford them yet, so
Okay.
I've just got to stick with the EF. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So the 35 millimeter 1.4,
Yep.
and then
16 to 35. 16,
so
35, 35
right.
millimeter 1.4. And if you purchase this
Yep.
lens will go with
That's
you
it.
too. So
Yeah.
I do want to
And
interrupt.
that lens looks like.
I do
In
want to
fact,
interrupt because I want Scotty to join in for a
Yeah.
second. He's got the same camera you've got,
Oh,
Jeff. I mean, so we're
Yep.
talking exactly the same camera you got. Okay.
My
So
1 minute as I'm listening, one of the recommendations, because I have an RF lens, but my suggestion is to stay with EF
Yep.
lenses. And the primary reason is if you like to use ND, filters, neutral density. I just bought a Mookie
Yes.
adapter with internal adjustable neutral density, which often is important with landscape photography. And I don't think that's available if you use the RF lens. I don't think they have an equivalent item. So you would have to use, depending on how many lenses you had, you would have to get an arrangement of many neutral density filters and slap them on the front.
Well, I'm using the Lee filter system. You know, the square the square ones and the rectangle. Oh, they're brilliant. And again, I got that more than half the price for everything. I was just blown away by it.
Right.
So,
well,
so I love that.
Internal, because it's continuously variable, so you can just dial it in. And because it's between the lens and the sensor, there may be some advantage dust-wise, but that Mookie adapter, it's a EF to RF adapter, is $129. I don't see, and
US
I don't
dollars.
see US dollars. Another thing I was going to bring up. Well, the other thing about that is there's lots and lots of EF used lenses. So you're going to be able to snag that. I love my 85 and my 135 fast lenses, and I wouldn't even think of purchasing the RF versions of those because of the cost. Not justifiable with my volume.
See, my way of thinking is that Deb has the EF, the Mark IV, 5D Mark IV. Of course, I've got the adapter. I don't have to buy two different lenses. We can just use the one lens on both cameras whenever we want to.
Yes, I'm using three different RF EF mount bodies. So when I grab the RF 50, half the time the adapter is on the camera, and I've got to stop and do that. One more confusing thing. So many people complain that Canon doesn't, allow these other companies to, use their technology to make lenses, but I understand completely where they're coming from. And the fact that you can buy one adapter and use all these different fast lenses from any company, to me, it's a moot point. I don't. Canon really takes a bad rap now. Canon, Color Science, is
they're coming
not
greedy, I think.
It's just that Color Science is lacking. That part. I probably am going to sign off. I've got a call coming in.
Oh,
I
I thought Trump was calling me. Sorry, I got all frustrated.
Hi, Scott.
Thanks, guys, for allowing me to.
Good night, Scotty.
Thanks for allowing me to come on. I'll say good night to everyone.
This is Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Oh, I want a Tesla. Okay. I want a Tesla. I want a red Tesla. Tell him.
I'm his advisor.
Well, I drive in the red Tesla.
I want a red Tesla, Scotty. Tell him.
Yeah. You got to buy the red Tesla. Beautiful.
Bye, Scotty. Love you too, Scotty.
Yeah. Bye. Mate, I love it, the Tesla. So.
Oh, I got rid of Randy. No, Randy, where are you? Come back.
He's here. I can see him on the screen.
You can't? I don't see him on the screen. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think... Oh, there he is.
I'm going to say good night to you guys over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got back on here. Somehow the button is...
I think I did that, Randy. I think I
sign out.
All right, guys. Hey, Jeff, let me ask you, how did you enjoy the show tonight?
I did. A bit nervous, but it was good. Thank you for allowing the opportunity.
Are you nervous now?
Not as much, I guess. I'm feeling a bit more relaxed than what I was before.
Okay,
So
good.
I don't know what I'm doing.
And I,
Hang on.
it's
Hang
it's
on.
the opposite. It's the
Well,
opposite of what you see. So
yeah.
it's
No,
okay.
but thank you for being patient with me. It was good.
Oh, that's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you for coming on. And I'm going to have it open for
Oh, you're
next week
welcome.
too. So we can go
Okay.
anywhere we want. We kind of own this channel. We can do as we please. So thank
That'd
you.
be good.
I'm
Okay.
just I'm very proud of you for trying. That's a major
Yeah, I just get nervous because
thing.
I don't understand it. Like, I don't have that knowledge base like all of yous. I enjoy listening to yous, but I just can't join in the technical side of it all because I just don't have a clue.
But you're
But
a lot
I
smarter
enjoy it.
now. You're a lot smarter now than when you started tonight. Okay. So
No, I'm
you,
going to be looking at the lens that Randall was saying because that
yeah,
would suit me down to a T.
that would
That
be
would take a lot of
perfect.
the stress away because I need
So
light, and that's one of my biggest dilemmas at the
yeah.
moment. Going over there is staying light so I don't hurt myself. So
So
yeah,
if you have
one day at a time.
if you have one lens, all right, that's
Yep.
your number one. If you can take a prime, that's good enough. But if
Yeah.
you can get a little bit more, you get the lens that Peter was suggesting, the 75 to 300, and you got everything from
Yeah,
16
that's the one I want to
to
get.
300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to take the 3. So what I'm thinking, because the 70 that Peter was talking about to 300, that would be a really light lens. I can take that, put it down on one of my side pockets in the little camera bag. On the other
Exactly.
side, I can put the 16 to
35.
35. And what was the other one you suggested?
35 millimeter
That was it, wasn't
f1.4.
it?
Yeah.
Was it the
Oh, the
35?
35. Yeah, the 34. That's right, 35 1.4.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's for the inside.
So
You know, if you go inside and you want to take a picture, like they got caves there, they got places where people live in the hills.
And
So,
keep an eye on your stuff
yeah.
because there's people out there just there to steal
Yeah.
your stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
don't stress me out. I've heard a lot about that, the pickpockets and all that. So,
Yeah.
but we're going with the tour, so I'm not overly concerned because
yeah,
I'm going to
boys,
be within. I didn't want to go outside a tour group. I wasn't comfortable enough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is that I wanted to go to Gallipoli, which is personal to me, for my family. So I always wanted to go to Gallipoli to visit the war grave. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to head down to Cappadocia, and then we're going to head to Ephesus. Is that what you call? How you pronounce it? Or maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong.
yeah,
I think it's called Ephesus.
Ephesus. That's right.
Ephesus. That's it. So I'm going to the dig sites. Where all the archaeology and all that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
And
and then we're going to go.
The zoom
Sorry?
lens that I
Yeah.
suggested will bring you all the way
Yeah.
back to 75 millimeters, so you'll be able to get some nice shots. Okay, it won't be like up the nose every 2 seconds.
Yeah. So my question's this: if I get the 75 to 300, and Randall, you said I can do it like a crop sensor body.
Yes, yes. I
Is
can
that
do
right?
a video for you. Show you how to do
Yeah,
it.
if you can.
I'll
Because
use it
is
on
it
the
the same?
artist
Like
too.
going to be one? So
I'll
when
put
I do it
an
in the
EF
crop,
lens on there. I'll
yeah,
put
yeah,
a crop sensor lens, all right, something similar to the 75 to 300, and I'll do the
yeah.
video right after this. So
Oh,
you wait
okay.
an
So how do I
hour,
go to yours
video will
again?
be up, and I'll show you step by step what to do.
Okay, Randy,
Okay.
you when you do it, make sure
Oh,
you
hang on.
either use a full sensor lens, or because
Yeah.
if you put
It's
a crop
only
sensor lens on there, the camera will actually drop it down to
Right.
No,
crop
I've only
sensor
got
with
full frame lenses, EF lenses. I
yeah,
won't
but
use the EFS.
where
Yeah,
where
I know what you're talking about, Peter. Okay.
okay, thank
I
you.
got that covered.
Okay.
How come
Okay.
I can't? What's happening here? Okay, that's better. Okay, sorry, Peter.
No
Sorry,
problem.
Randall.
So he's
that's
got
okay.
it.
Yeah.
I made comment, and Randy knows what I'm talking about. So when he makes the video for you, it's all covered. You don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Okay. All right. That would be good, because I'm just thinking, like, if you go the crop, it'd be a 1.6 times, say, 300,
Yeah.
which would give me around about no,
450.
300, about 620, 450, is it?
460. Yeah.
Oh, something like that. Yeah. So you'll get that little bit closer. But how
That's
much
right.
quality image would I lose from doing that? But
Okay, so
there's one
that's
next.
the problem. Is you're going from, well, if you're taking the R6, that's the
Yeah.
24 megapixel camera. All right.
Yeah, it's not
And
like Dad's a 35.
so I thought you were going to take the DSLR, which is a higher megapixel camera, which is a 30 megapixel. So I
Right,
would
maybe I
recommend
should
not
take
even
that one
doing the
then.
crop with the
Right.
R6.
Don't do any.
What do you think, Peter?
No.
I mean, you can do the crop, but then the megapixels are
I'm just worried
smaller.
about losing,
I think
And then-
that
because you got small megapixels.
if you're concerned about the quality at all, Jeff, this is going to sound a
Yeah.
little harsh. It's going to sound a little
Yeah.
bit harsh. That you're
That's
thinking more like an amateur. You're not, with a camera
I
that's
am an amateur.
25. Yeah, but you have a $2,500 camera. It doesn't
Yeah,
have
that's
bad quality. Okay, you're not shooting with a $500 camera. So unless you're gonna
Yeah.
really stress the camera out, which I don't think you're able to do, okay, from your level of what you know, okay, I don't
Yeah.
think quality should enter into the picture in your mind.
Right.
There's only one
Okay.
spot. There's only one spot, and I think I took care of this for you already, but I'll tell you where the one spot is. If you take a picture and you want to enlarge one little tiny little bit of that picture,
Yeah.
that could bring you into a quality problem. But with the 300 millimeter lens, you should be
Yeah.
able to zoom into whatever it is you want, and there will be no quality.
And
Okay, I used to shoot weddings with a 1.6
Yeah, I know.
crop camera. It was not a full frame. Okay.
really?
And yes, and I was making 20 by 30 posters out of them, and there was no problem. So when I hear people go like, "Oh, I'm gonna lose all my quality," I'm thinking like,
No.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
gonna go make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and listen to you wine and dine, okay? Until you actually, what are you gonna do with the pictures? You're not gonna enter them into a contest. You're gonna share them with
No,
your
it's only
family.
just,
You know.
yeah, I'm just going to put them in a book, like like your normal. I
There you
think the
go.
biggest one would be 8 by 10, I think. Is that right? 8 by 10, they call it?
Yes.
Or 10 by 8?
No, over there it'll be 8 by 12, but it doesn't.
8 by 12, is it?
Right. The quality will not even enter. When you hear about people telling you about quality,
Oh, it's
you
nothing
need
to
to
Yeah.
you need to listen to the source as to who is talking about quality problems. Okay. Because
Right.
basically it's a really good talking point, but in real life it means nothing. Okay. Now,
Oh, okay.
if I show you a picture and I want to take a little face in the bottom right-hand corner and make it an 8 by 12, you will run into a
Yeah.
quality problem there. Okay. But
Okay.
most of the time, you're listening to people just making up stories so they have something to say. Okay. You're going to
Yeah.
come back with your vacation with amazingly beautiful pictures. And the only other thing I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to add to it is on your camera
Yeah.
is something called a P mode. P for Peter. Okay.
Yes,
Don't
that's right.
don't be afraid of the P mode. It's all the technology of Canon put into the camera to handle everything for you. Okay? So
But you can't,
when,
you only got limited to override it, but haven't you, with the P mode?
say that again?
So I shoot manual. I mainly shoot in manual mode, right? If I put it in P mode,
you'll get into more
I'm
trouble
not,
when you go into manual. You'll get into more
right?
trouble at an amateur level, okay,
Right.
I will then, if you just put it in P mode and let the technology of
Yep.
Canon do the work for
Yep.
you. Okay.
Right.
Now the good thing
Yep.
is, Jeff, you'll be able to see
Yeah.
what the results are. Just look at the back of your camera. If you don't like it,
Yes, that's correct.
switch it. Okay.
Yeah.
So don't
But in
get
P mode, can you change your settings? Like, can you override? Like in the green mode, you can't override anything. So
correct.
sometimes I find in the green mode, yeah.
Now,
So I
did I
want
say
that.
did I
Yeah.
tell you to use the green mode? No, I said to use the P
No.
mode.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now with the P mode, what the advantage that you get is when we were going
Yeah.
through that Nikon camera together with Randy earlier tonight. Were you watching
Yeah.
it at that point? There was a
Yeah.
plus and a minus exposure compensation. Okay. In the
Yeah.
P mode,
Yeah.
if it's
Oh,
too
yes, that's
dark,
right.
you just push that button in the P mode and turn it until it gets brighter, and it'll handle
Oh,
it
really?
for you. Okay?
Oh,
So don't be afraid between now and August to experiment with the P
yeah.
mode.
I'll have to
What's the
now.
old saying? Try it, you'll like it. Okay? And I'm saying this to
I've never
you
used it.
so
Yeah.
that you have a fallback on. So if you get
Yeah.
confused and if you get flustered, tap on Canon's shoulder, put it in the P mode, and all of the technology that Canon knows will be brought to the camera for you. That's the purpose of P
Oh,
mode.
okay.
Okay.
Right.
So,
And then Randy was saying something about put it in
Aperture.
aperture priority.
That program is still good. I
Yep.
would put in aperture if you're indoors, but
Oh, not outdoors.
all
No.
right, outdoors P mode is fine. That's program mode.
Okay.
All right.
Right. And then you got
But
TV. Is that the
before
time
you
value?
go. Just
TV.
practice before you go. Try the different modes and then find out which ones you
Yeah,
like.
I might
okay,
actually.
Jeff,
Yeah.
in
Sorry.
the AV mode, okay,
Yeah.
you're controlling the aperture, and the camera is
Yeah.
controlling everything else. In the
Yes, that's what
TV
Randall was saying.
in the TV mode,
Mm.
you're controlling the shutter, and the
Yes.
camera's controlling everything else. In the P mode,
Correct.
the camera's controlling everything. Okay?
Oh,
So that's
yes.
the difference between the three. And on your camera, you also have what's called the F for Frank V mode.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay?
sure how to use that one.
Okay, then let's stay away from
Yeah.
that one for right now. Okay?
Yeah, I just
Because
don't want to go there with that.
unless you want to do your trip over again, you want to go over there with the most solid ability under your belt. Okay?
Yeah,
So
well, I'm not very
so the aperture mode that Randy's talking about is if you want to
yeah.
force the camera, okay, to use the smallest or the largest aperture that it's capable of using. That's why you would use that, because you get to pick the number. Okay? Now, when you go to the P
in
mode,
aperture priority.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
in the P mode,
Sorry, I
you
interrupted. Yeah.
don't get to pick. Okay? So, but you can make it darker or lighter by using that little button that Randy was showing us with the Nikon camera, because it's also on your camera too. You got a plus minus
So
button
what does that
on your
mean?
camera.
And that doesn't affect the, you know how the camera picks the shutter speed, the aperture, and the ISO, right? It doesn't affect any of those values in P mode. Is that what you're saying?
It affects
Sorry.
all of those values in P mode. When you go to P mode, it affects all the values, and it's using Canon's
but you know that-
technology.
Now listen to Peter.
But you said you
Okay?
can,
Don't interrupt.
yeah.
Just listen to Peter.
Oh,
He's going
sorry.
to explain it to you.
Okay, P mode is the second most automatic setting for your camera. The green mode is your
Yep.
most automatic. Okay. Now, I don't recommend the green mode unless you get really flustered and you are like, okay, I don't know what the F I'm doing. Okay. Then go to the green mode. Okay. Otherwise, go to the P mode and it controls all the light that is coming into your camera. That includes the aperture, the shutter, and the ISO. And you're letting the camera drive the car. Okay. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. I use the P mode all the time. Okay. I make a joke out of it and I say the P mode is for professionals. You put it in
But you said
P
something.
mode.
But you said something about in P mode you can make it darker or brighter.
All right. Can you tell me how to do that?
Wouldn't that be on that little dot at the bottom? I'm not. I don't know how to explain it.
There's
you
a
know
button
when?
on your camera. Okay.
Yeah.
And on that button, it's got a little plus / minus. Okay. That's
I'll
called.
have to have a look. Yeah.
Yeah. You look for that. When you push that button, that's exposure compensation. That's a fancy way of saying brighter or darker. Okay. So you push the plus and the minus, and then there's a wheel on the R6. You turn the wheel and you'll see the picture getting brighter or darker. Okay. That's the purpose of
Is that the front
exposure.
wheel?
Yeah, I believe on the R6 it's either one, but you need to test that so you know.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll play around with that anyway. So
okay.
I've never really played around with the P mode.
Randy explained that to us on the Nikon camera. It had a little button up at the top right, and it had a plus minus. When you push that button and you roll the dial, and I don't know if it's the front or the back dial, you'll make the picture darker and brighter, and the camera handles everything else. It handles your ISO, it handles your shutter, it handles your aperture. Okay? And that's a very good mode to be in. Now, if you want to get fancier, okay, and here's where you would get fancier. Now, listen, so this will get into your head, okay? If you take the 35 millimeter, the expensive lens that you have, okay, and you put that on the camera, okay, you're paying a lot of money for that lens to do something special. Do you know what that is? You're paying a lot of money on that lens so that you can go all the way to 1.4. Okay.
Oh yeah, to open up the aperture. Sorry. Yeah.
The aperture.
Open up the lens more.
If you want to force the camera to go down to that 1.4, what mode do you put the camera in? Where do you get that control? Can you remember?
TV, would that? TV.
No.
Or
guess again. No, guess again. You only got one more choice. AV.
Hang on, I'm a bit confused. Say it again. Sorry.
That's okay. That's why we're going through this, so this way you get it, okay? If you want to take the expensive lens that you paid a lot of money to be able to go to 1.4 aperture, what mode do you want to put the camera in to control the aperture? You want to put the camera in the aperture mode.
TV. I mean, AV mode. Yeah.
Yes, you got it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, understand. That's what Randall said before.
He said that to us before. Okay. And the reason for that is you're putting the expensive lens on there. Use it. Put the camera in aperture, put it down to 1.4, and you're going to use the power of that lens. Okay.
But he also said, am I correct in saying he also said put the ISO in auto mode as well, or not? In AV mode.
Yeah. Well, in P mode, it's automatic. Okay. The camera
I know that
for you.
Yeah.
The aperture, all right. I would put it in auto ISO, but if you're only going to use that 35 millimeter f1.4 inside, the program mode should also work at 1.4.
Yes,
So
it will.
let the camera do all the
Will it?
decisions for you. So just put it in P
Oh, so you
mode.
don't have to. Oh,
Yeah.
When
really?
you put that expensive lens on the camera, the 35 millimeter, and you put it in P mode, the P mode is going to take you down to the f1.4.
If you're inside in a dark place, it'll take you to 1.4.
Mhm.
If you're outside in a bright place, it'll put you up at f5.6 or f8.
Mhm.
Let the camera decide for you.
And you could try that
Oh,
today.
okay.
Put that lens on your camera, go in a
I'll
darker
try it this
room,
week.
and look and see what happens, and you'll know. Okay. So
Right.
I apologize for being so aggressive, but I didn't want you
No,
to
you're
leave
not being aggressive. I
all
like. That's what I
all
like.
mixed up.
Honesty.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't want you to be
I
all
don't
mixed
take
up.
offense, Peter. Yeah, yeah. I don't get offense to it. Sometimes I just find it hard to process it all. Like trying to.
So
Yeah.
It's a
So,
lot of
how much
information to get at once. Yeah.
how much does it cost you to
yeah.
shoot a digital picture? How much?
Nothing.
So
My time.
you
Yeah.
could be playing with this for a whole week or two to figure out what the camera does. And trust me, you'll figure out what you don't like pretty quick. Okay? That's what
Yeah.
Randy does, and that's what I do. We figure out, hey, I don't like that. So you just don't do that again. Okay?
Yeah. No, I've seen some of Randall's stuff. It went well.
Now he's
So
going to make a video for you, and he's going to show
yeah.
you the lens, okay,
And
and
I'll
how the
do that
Yeah.
tomorrow because right now in my camera store, they had the 75 to
Yeah.
300 for 130 bucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm going to
American. So,
I'm
well,
I
going to
got
put
to.
it on the
Hey,
R6
Randy,
Mark II.
Randy, is it full frame lens or is it a crop
Yeah, it's
center
full
lens?
frame lens. It's a full frame.
Oh, winner,
Okay.
winner, chicken dinner.
that's an
Good.
EF lens, not an EFS.
Yeah, it's an EF.
EF.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, it
Not
does say there.
ES.
EF
EF.
75 to 300. Yes, correct.
Right.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Randall. I just couldn't quite see it. Yes, EF.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I'll
So,
do a
yeah,
video.
that's what I've
I'll
done.
go and wait for the store to open up at 10. I'll get that lens and I'll do the video and it'll be on for you
Yeah.
tomorrow. Okay. And I'll
Tomorrow.
show you.
Okay. I don't know. I've got you saved somewhere, but I don't know how to know when you're on. So,
Okay.
yeah, how do
Now,
I find out what time?
okay. This is what I do. Okay. You go into your, let's say we're going to see, let me go to Peter right here. Go here, go there. I'm going to go back to here to the right. Okay. Now, I'm also going to do this real quick.
Can't
Come on,
see
where
what
is
he's
it?
doing.
Okay.
Give
wait
him a
minute.
second. Give him a
Yeah.
second, Jeff. Give him a
Okay.
second.
Okay,
Okay.
that's okay. Yeah.
So let's see. Show. Come on. Google Chrome. Okay. Show. Come on. What's current application? Okay. Now show Google Chrome. What they did with this. Okay, here we go. Right here. No, that's the wrong one. I used the wrong program. Okay, there it is. Okay, right here. Okay, now I'm trying to get my mouse over here. Okay, it's over here. Cam, no.
What's this I'm looking at? Can't see it properly.
Jeff, relax.
Yeah.
He's still trying to find something, so just hold on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I just can't quite make out what it is, that's all.
Right, he hasn't
Yeah,
found what
yeah.
he's looking for yet. Give him a second.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
So
Okay.
Randy, make yourself a new source and put it as
Yeah.
a desktop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, what have I done?
Okay. Now, I'll do this. Come on. Select that. Plus. Okay. I don't want that. All right. Now I want to do this. I want to do this.
Oh my God.
Hold on, Jeff.
Come on.
Okay, that's his
Yeah,
estimate.
yeah. So
Is
we're
that
there.
what a gorgeous
Now watch.
photo?
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
My
So-
God. That is
And-
sensational.
What are you trying to show, Randy?
Okay, I'm. Okay, I see what it's doing. I
Okay,
want it
so-
over on the right.
Okay,
So
you
I
keep
have to
working
go-
on that, Randy, while I talk to Jeff for a second. Now, Jeff, you
Yeah,
see what's
okay.
going on?
Yep.
You see how you can get flustered while you're trying to figure something
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
Jeff, that is what the P mode is for. Okay?
Right.
So when you're in Turkey and you're sitting there fiddling around with your camera and it won't do what you want,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
he's not getting it to do what he wants, you put your camera in P mode so that you can get unflustered, because you sound like your personality is a style where you can get flustered pretty easy. Okay?
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah.
And that is
Yeah.
why the P mode, I push it on people so that they can get out. You know, have you ever played Monopoly? Go to jail? Well, the P mode
Yeah.
is the get out of jail card. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Because the camera takes over everything
There
that
we
you
go.
want to do. Okay? So now you notice he is finding what he's looking for. But for a few minutes there, he wasn't finding it.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's where, if that happens to you with the camera, you put your camera in P mode to get yourself out of jail. Okay?
And start again.
And the camera will take over and help you. Okay?
So what I have you do in the auto mode, I don't know whether that's right or wrong to do it.
What auto
I
mode?
go, so if I get a bit, when I get flustered and I can't work out what I'm doing, sometimes I'll put it in the green mode and look at the settings and then go back to manual mode and try to mimic those settings and then go up and down.
That's an
Or is that a
excellent
bad-
idea. No, that's an excellent
Oh.
idea. But you can
Right.
go to the green mode and look at the settings, then
Yeah.
go over to the P mode. Okay? And
Yeah.
carry on from there. Okay? Because
Right.
you seem to be very heavy into wanting to use the M mode, and that should not be your strongest feature right now. The M mode,
Oh, really?
right. The M mode is for you to play with, but not on your vacation to Turkey, where you're going to spend a lot of money.
And
Okay?
be a turkey.
That is not where you actually put the camera in M mode and go like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to put it in M mode. And I will say exactly what you said. You'll be a turkey at that point. Okay? That's when you put it in P.
I'll be feeling
That's
it.
right. You put it in P mode at that moment and you go, hey, camera, bring me home the good pictures now. Now's the time to do it. Okay? That's what the P mode is there for. It's for when you are pressed against the wall to come home with the good pictures, put the camera into the P mode. Okay? Now at home, yeah, go ahead and play with the M mode all day long. I don't care. But I don't want you to come back from your vacation where you spend thousands of dollars. You know, tell me when you're ready, Randy. I'm just.
I'm ready.
Okay,
Okay.
then I'll be
on full screen.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
So
You are on full screen.
Jeff, in order to get all subscriptions, okay.
Yeah.
You see where it says Peter Greg Live down below the. All right. You see where it says subscribed.
Subscribe. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You click it down and you click all. And that way, every time he shows something, it notifies you immediately. What a lot of people do is they do either none or personalized. Personalized will show you.
Yeah, that's what mine's on, personalized.
Yeah, but put it on all.
All.
And every
Oh.
time either I or Peter Gregg or someone that you like shows a video, it's taken care of.
Yeah, because I've been missing Peter's shows. I've missed Sly's show. And I'm thinking, why aren't I getting notifications for it?
And that's why they put it on personalized, because sometimes if you get a lot of your favorites all at one time, it's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So what you do is you put it on the bell for your favorites, and every time Peter comes on, you know instantly. And that solves the question. A lot of people leave it on personalized. Why am I not getting notified? You'll get notified later, like maybe the show is over, but this way,
yeah, that's what happened to Peter quite a few times.
Yeah, so you put it on all.
So all should only be for your favorites. Is that what you're saying?
Right, exactly. And then you leave personalized for the other ones that you don't watch.
Okay,
all the
maybe
time.
that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, I say subscribe and I don't do anything. I just hit the subscribe button and I don't do anything. Because I just think when you subscribe, I thought it just automatically notifies.
Then it's personalized. It doesn't do all of it. So you have to go the extra step to do all if you really like that individual. So
when Randy makes the video just for you with that lens, he's going to, just so you understand, he's going to go tomorrow. He's going to buy that lens at his camera store.
Yeah.
And he's going to make a video for you. Okay. That's what he's going to be doing. And that's why you got to give him a little time, because the camera store is not open at 1 in the morning right now. It's closed. Okay. So in the next day or so, according to your time, you need to look at the video that Randy's going to make for you, and you'll see exactly what to do. And you can always come back to that video to find out what the hell is going on. Okay, so you can see it over and over and over and over.
So Randall, you're going to make it tomorrow, correct? You're in your time.
Yes.
So that would be
okay.
Tuesday,
so you're
my
at
time.
Are you at lunchtime or are you 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
On Saturday. 3 o'clock
it's
Saturday.
Midnight here. So when I open up, it'll be 10 o'clock. So I had 3 hours. It'll be in the morning for you, like 3 in the morning. All right.
But I can watch it later, but come on.
Right. But you can watch it when you wake up tomorrow. It'll be ready for you. All right.
So whatever time
Tomorrow
you're doing
morning.
now.
Oh, okay.
Whatever time you're doing now, Randy will have the video up in about 12 hours or less. Okay.
Yeah.
So you handle the timing over there.
Yeah.
Randy's going to go tomorrow in the morning and he's going to buy the lens. He's going to make the video. He's going to put it up on YouTube. So in about 12 hours, by 1 o'clock our time, 12 o'clock his time, he'll have the video up. So in about 12 hours or so,
that's all right.
You could start looking for the video at your convenience.
Do it in the afternoon, my time. We're seeing our grandkids in the morning, so
yeah.
So
you can watch it whenever you want to. All I'm saying is, just give me some time so I can do it properly.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I understand that.
Okay. And
thank you for doing it.
Yeah. Now, what I also suggest is when Peter ends his program, write a comment down. All right. Just rewatch this first part. I want you to write a program down and just say hi. Okay. I am going to reply to that hi with the link to the video that I'm going to make for you. So are you understanding what I'm saying?
Again. I'm a bit lost.
Okay. Okay.
Again.
Now listen to me. Listen to me.
Yeah.
When Peter ends this broadcast.
Yes. Yeah.
Repeat the broadcast, but I want you to write in the comments down below. Just say hi. Thank you for bring me on. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm going to make a reply to that comment with the link of the video that I'm going to make for you. That way you just click on the link.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay. Now I understand. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So
Thank
Jeff,
you.
If not,
right now you can't
Yep.
comment.
Right.
Okay. You can
No, I
only
know that. Yes.
you can only chat with me right now. You can't comment. So
Yep.
when you
Yes.
write a comment, Randy's gonna use
Yep.
that as a way to contact you. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So later on, when it comes up and the comments are allowed, I think it's a few hours after you finish, isn't it? The
No, you'll be
comments.
able to make a comment right away.
Yeah. Yeah. Once he
okay.
stops, yeah, you just won't see the comments on the side, but
Yeah,
you
that
can
won't be
write
there.
comments
Right.
down
Yeah.
below. Just a
Oh,
quickie,
okay.
and then
Yep.
I'll make a
I'll just
reply
say
and
hi.
I'll put the
Yeah.
link.
Yep. Okay. All right. That'll be good. Thank you. That would be great. I better let you guys go. It's so early in the morning over there.
Yeah. It's 1:00. I was going to end the show shortly anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for the opportunity to talk to you. I've really enjoyed it, Peter. Even though I was nervous, I've enjoyed it. So thank you.
But you're not
And thank
nervous
you,
now.
Randall.
You're not nervous now.
No, I'm a lot better now. I was at
Yeah.
first.
You're normal now. I'm yelling at you and you're perfectly fine.
You don't play bridge, do you?
Yeah, that's all right. But thanks, guys, for being patient. Hey, yeah.
That
No, I
is
really
what we're here
appreciate
for.
it, Peter. Yeah,
That
and
is
that's why I come because I enjoy it.
that's what we're here for. Okay, like
Yep.
I said earlier tonight, this channel is not growing, so we're going to enjoy each other. And if we have to stop
Yeah.
and bring you up to speed, I'm willing to do it. Okay, and apparently
Hey, can I?
Randy is too. Okay,
Can I ask another question?
no, it's going to be
No.
another.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So if I take photos like from Turkey and I wanted to share it with you, how do I do that? Do I just send
That's
it by email? Or?
that is not
I'll do a
going
video
to.
for that too.
Yeah, that's going to be a separate video. It's not that hard, so don't get all flustered.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah,
are
no,
gonna.
no, just a question.
So,
Yeah.
so when I do
Yeah,
the video for you, I'm going to take some pictures and I'm going to save
Yeah.
it to the SD card and I'll show you how to put it in the computer, how you transfer the files over to the computer, and how you can view them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have a
No,
Windows
like
PC?
for you guys, right?
Do you have a Windows PC or do you have a computer at all?
I've got the Windows 11 laptop and I've got a gaming computer built for our son.
Okay.
Windows.
So I'll put
10.
it on a Windows 11 laptop, and I'll show you the easy way of JPEGs or the raw files, whatever. All right.
So when you take pictures now, Jeff, where do you put them? You put them in your laptop from your.
I put them on an external hard drive. I've got a 4 GB external.
How do you get them? How do you get them on the external hard drive? How do you do that?
Oh, from the USB port. I plug in the
direct. Okay. All right. Got it.
Oh, you mean I don't take the card out, I put it into the laptop, the card, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm wondering? How do you enjoy your pictures when you want to look at them? How do you enjoy them?
On the TV.
So you take
the TV.
You plug your little drive into the TV and you look at your pictures.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. All right. So here's the next question. When you're shooting your pictures, are you shooting them in JPEG?
No, RAW. RAW. Actually, at the moment, I'm doing both RAW and JPEGs. I like the RAW files better because I find I can do a lot more.
Where are you doing a lot more? Where are you doing a lot more with your RAW files?
In the highlights, the tones.
No.
In the RAW files.
Where are you making these changes? Where does that happen?
What
on your
program
TV?
are you using?
Adobe Lightroom.
Lightroom.
Adobe Lightroom. Is that what you mean? Yeah.
So that requires a computer.
Yes. My laptop does all.
PC.
Okay.
I've got it's powerful enough, my laptop, to do all that.
I'm just trying to understand I'm trying to understand your workflow and where you're able to deal with these files.
Okay, so so I go out and I shoot in both RAW and JPEG. When I get home after taking photos, I usually just take, for me it's the easy process, just to take the cards out of the camera, I've got a little card reader. I put the cards in the card reader, plug it into the USB drive, and then I just like highlight everything first, and I go copy, and then I paste into the hard drive into a file. Like, say if it was today, say Peter Gregg, I'd name the file Peter Gregg, and I would drop all the files, raw files into that, and then I'll make another one just for the JPEGs.
Yeah.
Or is that
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Or is that am I going the hard way about it?
No. Now, just worry about the raw. Okay. Don't worry about JPEGs.
Yeah, raw.
So I'll do a video of showing you how I do transfer the stuff all on the Windows PC for you. Make it as easy as possible for you to learn. Okay. How to view them.
Yep.
And then you already know how to use Lightroom, so you can work with your
Yeah, I'm learning. I know how to use it, but I'm still learning. It's a powerful program, but I enjoy it. Gives me a lot more options.
It does have an automatic button in case you haven't found it yet. You click the button and it fixes your picture.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I've pretty much worked my head around that now. It's taken me a while, but I'm getting there. I'm starting to find things I never knew. So it's it's getting the settings correct. To get that real sharp, crisp photo. That's the part I'm still struggling with.
Okay. Well, you're
I
doing
know how
terrific.
to transfer them.
You're doing terrific. Okay. So keep at it.
Well, I'm doing better than what I did. Well, 2008, I didn't know one thing about a camera except turn it on and click the button.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pretty good understanding, but I have a way, way, way more to learn. That's why I'm always watching people like you guys to get ideas, because everyone has different ideas, and I find I can learn from everybody. Like you come along and you've told me things that I didn't think of. So for me, it's good.
Who else do you watch for your photography?
Okay, so when I started in photography, I'll just give you a little breakdown on my history of it. So when I first, what happened, I bought the 800D, like, the entry-level camera, crop sensor, and we were going on a cruise, Deb and I happened to play around with it, and I messed everything up. I didn't know how to get out of it. My son said, Dad, just YouTube it, and this guy, Tony Northrop, came on. And he went right through it, and that sort of piqued my interest. And then another guy from Real World was explaining about. Is
your son able to help you when you get questions, or
no?
He's too
they
young?
know nothing. No, they know nothing about photography. Yeah, he's 18. No, he's just not into photography. So, but he works on the computer, like he does YouTubing, like you guys. And a bit of programming. So he just says, Dad, just YouTube it.
So your son can help you with the computer. Your son can help you with the computer. Okay.
Sometimes, but he gets a bit frustrated.
No,
but,
that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
No, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. But what I'm saying is, when I learnt from that's what piqued my interest in 2018. And then I found you, I think, about a year later. And that's sort of about 1920, I think I started watching you from there. And I've really enjoyed it because you talk in layman's terms, if that's the word to use. Like you speak at a level that I can understand.
Good.
You're not saying I'll go to 1/120th of a second by, all this jargon. And I'm going, what the hell are you talking about? So when you simplify it, for me, it makes it easier. And then I enjoy photography more. And I have learnt a lot. So, but I still have a long way to go, and I'm not going to stop because it's a wonderful journey.
It is. Yeah. It's actually therapeutic, believe it or not,
Yep, it is. For me, it is because of my disability, and I get down and depressed sometimes. I find I'll just get on the train with my disability scooter, and I'll go out and just sit there and take photos and things like that. I've just recently bought a drone. I'm getting into drones as well.
Oh, wow.
You're going to, the lens that Randy's going to get tomorrow, if you get it, you're
Yeah.
going to enjoy that lens a lot because it's going to bring the world in closer to you for things that were kind of like out of your reach. And now,
But
uh,
that's what I was going to say. Between the 200 millimeter and the 300 millimeter, is there
yeah,
a big difference between 2 and 3 when you're zooming in?
when you're
Would you
zooming in,
notice a big
yes,
deal?
yes,
Yeah.
you'll see it. Is
Okay.
if you buy the lens, you'll recognize it right off the bat. You'll see
Oh, okay.
that with the
Right.
300. So I have high quality stuff here. Okay.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah, but
have
you're
the
a professional, so
70. I'm retired, so I'm not professional in anything right now. Okay. So,
but you still know what
I,
you're on about.
I have the 70 to 200. Okay. But when I get
Yeah.
birds out and about in the yard, I
Yeah.
wish I had the 300. Never mind that it's a cheaper lens. I could get a great picture to share with you, and you'll go like, "Oh, Peter, you did a very nice picture." Well, at that point,
Really?
the lens doesn't matter. What matters is that you like the picture that I took. That's what
Well,
matters.
that's true too. It's about the journey, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
so Randy got upset. He went out and he got me a high-powered lens because I just didn't have one, you know. And now when I get those birds, I can nail them, you know. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. That's why I thought of the 75 to 300 because I'm thinking, how can I get something to come in closer? And that lens will do it. Okay, that lens will do the job for you. So,
So that them lenses are not too. This is the part I get a bit flustered with, or not flustered. I still can't get my head around when I watch people on YouTube. They say, "Oh, what's like you got a high megapixel. Is it high megapixel camera?" And they say
Yeah.
the lens is too slow for that camera. I don't understand what that means.
okay, so I'm gonna go very simple here. Don't get upset. Okay,
Yeah. No, I
but
don't get upset.
okay, when you eat a piece of toast, okay,
Yeah.
and I put
Well,
something like a strawberry jelly on it, you'll know if you like the jelly
yeah.
or if you don't like the jelly, correct?
Yeah.
In other words,
Yeah.
your taste buds will tell you what you like. The same
Right.
thing with pictures. It doesn't matter what lens was used, you'll know if you like that picture or if you don't like that picture. So when you hear people
Right.
telling you this doesn't go with that doesn't go with this, the megapixels are too much or too little, or it's got grain or it doesn't have grain, think about the toast. You will know if what you're tasting is something you like or if it's something you
Right.
don't like. That's where you start. You don't start with the Rolls Royce when you want to learn how to drive. You start with a car
No, that's
that
true.
can
That's true.
get you around, okay? And then
It's
you
correct.
eventually
Yeah.
select the car that you want to go into because you'll
Okay.
know I want a sports car or I want a luxury car or I want a big van
Right.
or I want a little teeny weeny runabout. But you have to develop your taste as to what you like. And I think the lens that I suggested that Randy's going to do a video for you will bring home
Yeah,
something
that
that
would be good.
you like the taste. I wouldn't recommend it to
And
you if I
Randy,
thought,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. So when you do the video, will you show some of the photos of what that
Yes.
lens is like
Yes.
as well?
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
going to
because
show
that's
you the
what
whole
I'd be
process.
interested.
So what I'm going to
Yeah, that
do,
would be.
what I'm going to
Yep.
do is put the
Yep.
lens on with the adapter on the R6 II, which will be like your R6, step by
Yeah,
step.
that's right. Yeah.
I will show you
Yep.
the program mode. I will show you a little bit about the AV, but basically the program
Right.
mode, that's all
Yep.
you have to worry about.
Yep.
I
Yep.
will show you, I'll take some pictures in RAW. I will go to
Yep.
a Windows PC laptop. I will
Yep.
then transfer the files over to the PC, and then I will load
Yep.
up a program to view the pictures.
And he'll even
Okay?
show you how to
Okay.
make the picture
Yeah.
brighter and darker if you need to with that
Oh, I
plus
Well,
know how to do
minus.
that.
I
he
know
already
how to
knows
do
how
that.
to
I
do
can even
that.
change the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he
So I
knows
know
how
how
to
to
do
do the
that.
white balance and all that. I know how to do the mid-tones and all that. That part's pretty easy. It's just
Yeah.
getting the sharp photos. It's not. I'm finding it hard. It's not the
Yeah.
editing I'm finding hard. It's getting those sharp photos. I mean, they're
Yeah.
nice photos I take, but I
Yeah.
always want to strive to be better.
Right.
Randy, if you
That-
could slip in how to make the sharpness a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not crazy, just a little
Right.
bit more.
Right.
Okay.
No,
Right.
just make it instead of that soft looking, that
Right.
soft.
Right. Yeah. But it also depends on the lens. So, like your 1.4 lens, it has
Yep.
a little bokeh, so it's sharp in the center, but then as it goes to the end, it kind of blurs. So with that 1.2 and 1.4 lens,
Mhm.
that's what it's made for. But if you stop it down
Right.
to like a 1.8 or a 2
Yeah.
or a
Yeah.
2.8, then everything is sharp. Okay. It just depends what
Oh,
you
so
want
you
to
don't
do.
get that background blur. Is that what you're
Right.
saying?
I will show you everything.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
That'd be
worry
good.
about
That would be good.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
That would be
uh,
really good.
Jeff, do you consider this a sharp
Yeah.
picture or not a sharp picture?
Well, to me, it's sharp, and I got terrible eyes. But I'm looking at the tally now. Yeah, it's sharp. Well, to me, it looks sharp, except me.
It's sharp in the center,
But you're
right?
sharp.
Okay. How about the sides? Are they
You
sharp?
are.
How about the sides?
No,
Look
they're
at
blurred,
the three lights.
and the back's blurred.
Yeah.
The lights are blurred.
All
Okay,
right.
so that's
That's the
what your
bokeh, isn't it?
that's what your 35 millimeter 1.4 is capable of doing. Okay.
But where would you? That would be mainly for portrait, wouldn't it? Like for that type
Yeah.
of thing, wouldn't it?
Well,
Or
but
not?
you know, you
Yeah.
can use it for street photography also
It's
for the
two
wide shot.
parts. It's two
Yeah.
parts. It's for
Right.
bokeh. Yes, you're right. But it's also when you
Right.
need to get more light into your camera. That's what it's for also.
But then if I get more light, doesn't that mean I get softer photos
Hold
or
it.
not?
Don't say anything. Don't anybody say
Okay.
anything.
Uh,
Okay. That means, Jeff, you
Sorry.
keep quiet. Jeff, you keep quiet also. Okay.
I will.
Ha-
All right.
I want to know, how does more light mean softer photos? Because more light and softer photos is kind of like a red car and a green car. They don't mix. Okay. So
Oh,
if you've
okay.
got a complaint about softer photos, the amount of light that you're
Yeah.
getting is not what you need to be looking at. Okay. It's a part of what you need to be looking at because it could cause a
Okay.
problem. Okay. But by
Yeah.
adding more
Yeah.
light to your picture, that doesn't mean you get a softer photo. Okay. So
So what
watch
other
the
things would be good?
watch
Yeah.
the pictures that Randy's going to put up for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's going to, okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one because I want to see. I'm a visual person, and hearing it, like when I see it, I understand it. Um, you can explain a lot to me, and I find it hard to understand. But once I see it, I seem to connect between what I see. I don't know, it's just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think you
But
got
anyway,
a good dose of photography medicine tonight. I think you got a really good dose. And I
I
think you
think so.
communicate
But I
with
thank you.
Randy very well. So when he makes the
Yep.
video for you,
I hope so.
I think you're going to
Mate,
enjoy it.
yeah,
So I
I
bought the
appreciate
lens, by the way.
that. Sorry.
I bought the lens. So all I have to do is pick
Oh,
it
you
up
already
tomorrow.
got it.
Yeah.
You can do
Well,
it online.
excellent. So, and I'll make sure too when I watch it, I'll leave a comment and let you know, like, so you know that I have watched it, and I'll hit the like button. So, but yeah, I'll let you know. That way, you know that I've actually taken the time out to watch what you've done. So,
I do want to add that if you go to my channel, Randall Brander,
Yep.
okay,
yeah.
I have an email address on there. So if you want to
Oh,
communicate
right.
through the email, I can do that too. And I can send you some of the pictures directly through the email that I've taken.
have
That would be
email?
good.
The camera.
Jeff, you have email?
Yeah, I got an email. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I've emailed you, and
But yeah, I might do that. Email you, and
Yeah.
maybe too, if I sort of don't understand, if I sent you some photos that I've taken, would you understand what I've done or
Yes.
have an idea?
So I have programs that will read like what mode you put it in, and
Yeah,
the shutter speed, the aperture, all that stuff.
yeah, yeah. That's what I need. I think that's the feedback I need to like to sort of pinpoint where I may be going wrong. And once I sort of understand that, then I can practice on that and improve on that.
Yeah.
So I'll thank you guys. Anyway, I better let you go, eh? So, all right.
Well, nice talking with you.
It was nice talking to you too. So,
say goodbye
right.
to your wife.
Oh, well,
Bye,
she's sleeping
bye,
at
Deb.
the moment.
Bye, Deb.
She's sleeping.
That's fine.
She's
Let her
falling
sleep.
asleep.
Leave the woman alone. Stop bothering her all night long.
And I'll bother her later. I'll
Oh,
annoy
okay.
her. No, she's pretty good. She needs the rest. She works hard, my wife. So, yeah, she deserves it. So, anyway, I'm going to let you know. How do I go out of this thing?
I'm going to turn you off, and then you just close your
That
window.
would be good.
Okay.
Okay,
do
good.
that, or you can
Thank
go
you.
and hang up too. But yeah.
I don't know how to hang up. If you hang me up, I'll just
Yeah, that's what I
just
figured.
go out.
No problem.
Yeah,
Okay, so
make it easy for me.
Good night, Jeff.
Good night, all, and have a
Okay.
good week, eh? And I'll be
Okay.
watching you tomorrow. So, thank you.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go. We are still live. Just say that. Sly did come in, but I think it's been a while.
Yeah. But usually she babysits tonight.
Yeah, so she probably popped in and popped out, but I just wanted to say hi. And she was saying hello to Jeff also. So if I don't put her up, I'll get in trouble. So now I did.
Yeah, so Evelyn went away. Louis, love you, Peter. So you have 4 people watching. Me, you,
And
Sly.
2 more. Sly might be in bed by now. It's 1:30, so it's 12:30 there. If she's got the baby, I don't think she'll still be up,
In my time. So
yeah, in your time, yeah.
yeah. So it's 12:30. She just made the comment about 5 minutes ago. So
So she might still be awake.
yeah.
Once she puts the baby to sleep, then she's more free. But while the baby's awake, he wants all her attention. She's an amazing granny,
Oh yeah. So you got 15 likes.
Oh, did I? Let's see. Yeah, we did. We got 15 likes. I'll give myself a like.
Tomorrow, so.
Yeah. Well, this show went kind of long, so I don't know who all's going to watch it.
Well, the Europeans, they're waking up a
Yeah.
little bit, on the eastern or on the western side, I would say. Yeah.
Well, now Carlos would be about 10:30 where Carlos is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't see him at all. Did you?
No, he probably was working. He probably had a client in tonight.
Yeah.
So when he's got the client, he can't leave unless he's had something to do. But Scotty was here tonight, which is great, And Mookie was here, and of course we got Jeff, and I gotta hand it to Jeff. I mean, he really got the balls to step up and put himself live. And for some people, they just can't do it,
And I thought Sammy Superstar would come on, but he says no.
Yeah, I thought Sammy was going to come on too.
Yeah,
but it's he's getting into what time? It's in April. I don't know when spring, whatever they call that.
School should be out, so he says he's probably up. He doesn't have to go to bed anymore. So.
Yeah, but he goes to bed 10:30 unless something extraordinary is happening. His battery runs out. He's out.
Yeah.
I'll be on the phone. I'll be on the phone with him, and he'll fall asleep. Okay, so
Mookie Mookie MC is still up, and
Mookie might still be here. Alex was here early. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Let me put a hello to him.
Yeah, he says, "Well, Peter, you're still alive." It's almost
yeah.
1 a.m.
It's 1:30 now. Give it a little more time. These are all wonderful, wonderful people. So, oh, Mookie is up. He just said,
Yeah.
great show. Fun and informative. Say, Mookie, what are you doing? Do you know where Mookie is? I don't know what part of the country he's in. So
I think he's in Utah, right?
that'd be your time area.
Oh, no, that's Mountain Time.
Oh, okay. And Sly's still up. I have him on Thursday nights. Tonight I am out being blessed by God. He gave me 4 me 4 months of rent tonight, and that is just exactly the right timing too. Okay?
Yeah.
Talk about the right timing. So good for you, Sly. Now don't go back. Keep it. Okay? Don't go back.
Pay your taxes.
Yeah, pay your taxes. So that's a blessing. That perfect timing. Wow, can't ask for a better timing. That's fantastic. And God does that kind of stuff. He's into timing, you know. So I did have 2 words I was going to give on this week in my prayer time, but it's just too late, guys. Okay. All right. So Mookie is not in Utah. He's in the Pennsylvania area.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
So we had an interesting show. I like it when people that don't understand will come on. And you did a great job, Randy, being able to talk with Jeff. At where we're not talking like he said he watches Tony Northrup, but I bet we did better than Tony Northrup because Tony Northrup is different type of talk, you know. And Jeff is congratulating Sly on her 4 months of rent. That's perfect timing. So
that's all 5 of us: Mookie, Sly, you and me, and Jeff. There's the 5.
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So she's home now. They're not getting it back. Yes, and amen. I like that. Well, you know, you could get a good amount of money and then lose it pretty quick too. You know.
Yeah, so. You go to Vegas for that then.
Okay. Yes.
Go back to see your friend.
Well, she goes to something like a Vegas. It's something local. I don't know what it is, but so we covered a lot. You could see how we just assume everybody knows all this stuff, and they don't.
No, because when I first started, I was watching a guy from a thing called the Christmas Room in Miami.
Yeah, Peter, what's his name? I forgot his name.
What got me interested wasn't the cameras; it was the dog that he had.
He had an amazing dog.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
But, and then I started learning stuff.
Peter, your reflection is in the plate behind Randy's head.
That's right.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Boy, Sly is so observant.
Yeah.
So, Sly, why don't you come in and say hi? Are you chicken? Are you afraid to go live?
It's in my dining room. All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's on my china by the reflection on the glass. And that's from the monitor that you're watching.
So is that reflection on the glass or on the plate?
That's off the glass. Okay.
Wow.
So not on the plate. So if I do this, wrong one.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah. But if I put it back.
I like blue plates.
I'm going to find out which monitor is showing it. So I think it's
that one.
No, it's this one right here.
Oh, okay.
I thought here. Let me get out of here.
It's at the angle. It's the one on the angle.
Oh,
okay.
No, I think here.
Oh, Scotty's still here. Oh, that's right. Scotty stays up all night. Oh my God.
I don't know. One of these. They're all showing the same picture, so
that doesn't matter. It's I didn't see it. Sly's the one that saw it. That's amazing. Yeah. Boy, she's got eyes like
Norm
an eagle.
Didn't show up. So where's the Windex bottle?
Who? Yeah, Norm didn't show up. Yeah, I did. It's over there.
Okay.
It's too far for me to reach.
Yeah. So
when did I needed it the other night because I think I got something on my glasses. So I was going to do something, but I couldn't find it. But I did find it the next day. So whatever. So thank you, Scotty, for coming on. I do want to say that you did a great job, like an old pro. You did excellent. And boy, that light that you got, that's a high-powered light and a very high-end professional light. So I bet you take some pretty amazing pictures with that thing. Photogenic. I have the amateur level. I've got something called Alien Bees by Paul Buff. Is the name of his company. And the modeling lights, you're 100% correct, Scotty. I used the modeling lights when I started that conversion over into video. I didn't have all the lights that I needed, and I started using the modeling lights. Randy, move. Are you frozen or are you there?
No. I'm just doing things on Ecamm.
Oh, okay. It looked like you were frozen there for a second.
That they did with Ecamm. All right.
What did they do?
Well, when you want to share a window, okay, before everything worked. Now, if it's Google Chrome, you got to put it on Google Chrome and then figure what tab is open. All right. That's the problem I was having.
I updated it tonight before I went on. Okay.
Yeah. So you have to create.
I got no. I had Google Chrome up tonight. Did it work or it didn't work? Now
it worked. No, but on the share window, they now force you to do Google Chrome, whereas before the 4.4.1, you just share the window, no problem. Now they're forcing you to do either Ecamm or Google Chrome or whatever program you're up. I don't know why they did that. It's messing everything up. So, and I've done 4 videos complaining. So I even complained to Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie. He says, "Hey, what's going on?" So,
did he answer you?
No, he hasn't gotten back.
Oh, well, tomorrow night when he's on, you can ask.
Yeah. Well,
he might not know yet.
He might not. Live stream.
Oh, that's right. You do that. Yeah, who's on tomorrow night?
Week. Yeah.
Chuck? Who's on tomorrow night? Chuck?
Yeah. Well, Chuck is not in the program anymore. He backed out because he's so frustrated in his thinking process. Okay.
I've seen that before. If he writes it down and he reads what he writes, it probably helps it come out of it. So you could think fine, no problem with the thinker. And start writing on my face. There's no problem with the thinker. It's trying to get it. Like sometimes I get a hard time getting a word out or trying to think of a word. So imagine how frustrated Chuck starts to feel when he's like that, So
that's why he backed out. And he's still a guest to a panel, all right?
Who's? Jeff's?
Chuck.
Yeah, but whose panel is he on?
Well, okay. So now Jeff and Gustavo are taking over the Restream area. And what they're trying to do is what you did tonight. They're going to try to bring people in to talk, all right, besides the panelists and stuff, which I like also.
I like that too.
But this tomorrow night is the photo one. I submitted like 7 pictures, and I don't know if the numbers keep declining.
Well, my numbers aren't going up, so it is what it is.
We talked about this. Everybody is out. They're not stuck at home anymore. They're doing other things. So what do you do on a Friday night or Saturday night? You're going out dancing, or you're taking the family out because you worked all week or something, or going to the movies. Yeah.
Billy Joel, you take your best girl out on a Saturday night or something like that. There's a song.
Yeah, something like that.
Might not be Billy Joel. It might be somebody else, but somebody like that. All right. I think we could say good night. I don't see a whole lot going on, and I'd like to go to bed. You got another hour, so you want to keep on the show and I'll let you take over?
No. I'm done too.
You're done?
Yeah. So I tried doing my taxes. I said,
Oh,
"Here, you do it." So
who did you give it to? Some.
H&R Block.
Oh, somebody. Okay.
Yeah. So I've been using their software, but it's so complicated now.
Hmm.
They're going to get with the financial institution I got, make sure everything's correct. I gave them a whole bunch of paperwork, and I may have to go in and see them personally. I'm trying to do it from home, but they have a lot of questions. So,
Do you think you're going to have to write a big check?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, because I know you retired this year or last year, actually.
Yeah, last year.
So
But the thing was, I took some money out of that
what?
financial institution, and I
Mm,
got to pay tax on that, or I
okay.
would have gotten money back. But that's the only thing. I just got to find out, because one is a dividend and one is interest income, and they have different. When I got it, it was a different. What is it? Interest rate. So I'm going to let them figure that part out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you get
the
the benefit of a long-term investment like you
Yes,
do? Okay, you do
yeah,
get that benefit. That's good.
right. But if you take money out, you got to pay tax on that. So, like your IRA account, all
Right.
right. Once you start taking it out, then you have to start paying interest. If you put money in there, you don't have to pay anything,
Mm.
taxes or anything. So it's stuff like that. Uh, Over my head, and I'm going to let them worry about it.
All
So
right. So Mookie, we're going to do a good night now. Okay. Are you another overnighter? And Sly is still up. You and me both, Randy. So
yeah,
I wonder what she means. She's got to send a check in too. Is that what she's talking about? So,
yeah, probably.
oh,
So
okay. Poor thing.
yeah. Well, some things are so they make it so complicated, and the funny thing is, the new Trump administration is firing or letting go the IRS.
Yeah.
So who
Well,
knows?
I'm not fond of the IRS, just so you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but we got to support our government somehow. So
Yeah, so
and
send them money. Send them money.
well, we send them money, but they want more. So that's
It's
why they're
never
calling on the
enough.
phone all the time. He says,
I was about 40, let's say 40 to 45 years old, and I was hired to take pictures in the black section of town. They were naming a road after somebody. Okay. So we had to cross the road at some point because right across the street was a restaurant, and they were offering a free luncheon for the ceremony of naming the road. So there was this little old guy, black man with a big hat, okay, and he was having a hard time walking. So I grabbed his hand just by the, arm, not hands, like
yeah,
holding hands.
yeah, yeah.
So he could lean on me. So he put his hand around my arm and he was leaning on me, and I had to hold my hand up to make the car stop because the ceremony
Right.
was over,
Yeah.
and this guy wasn't walking too quick. Anyway, he was one of the city councilmen for that town, and he goes, "This is great. I love taxes." I says, "Oh, you must be a Democrat." He says, "Yep, I'm a Democrat and I love taxes." I said, "Who ever thought that a Republican would be helping a Democrat cross the street?" He let out a belly laugh, like the man was just very jolly,
Yeah.
unbelievably
Yeah.
jolly,
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. I said, "Who thought that a Republican would help a Democrat cross the street?" It sounds like a crossing the road kind of a joke. So Scotty said to check into Uncle Sam yesterday, not to be outdone by all of you guys, but I get charged on Social Security now. So I had to send in a little bitty check, but I had to send in a check and I was annoyed,
Yeah.
because Social Security, I already paid that, the first time.
Yeah.
Now I got to pay it again. So
They
anyway,
take stuff out for Medicare, and
yeah.
it just, oh well.
So you stay on for a second, Randy. I'm going to say good
Okay.
night to everybody. You
Good
guys
night,
that are
everyone.
still with me, God bless you. See you next week, God willing, and the bridge isn't up. Later, Gator. Bye bye.